We back, boys, said by Derek himself. Yes, we are so back, guys. I missed you. I missed this show. I missed that song. I missed hanging with everybody. 2026 is officially here. We kick it off. First show of the year, and it is a celebration as well because we've got Cliff who's hopping on in just a minute. And Cliff is celebrating his birthday. You remember last year, right? He definitely made sure that I didn't forget that I obviously made a huge mistake. And one thing I did was not remember to bring him on for his birthday weekend. So, guess what? We made up for that in 2026. And to be honest with you guys, I don't know about y'all, but I had an amazing, holiday break. Stayed with the family, the kids, the wife. Dude, it is such a reminder to appreciate those close to you. Just disconnect. I know I was away for 2 weeks on Sundays. I was still doing cover price, but the disconnect and just like, chill with the family, the cousins, the aunts, the uncles, everybody it was awesome. It felt good. So I hope you guys all did the same. And why I'm putting emphasis on that right now? Well, I want to say something that obviously is a bit more on the sad news side, guys. You know, one thing I can honestly say when it comes to doing these shows and connecting with all of you, we all chat. We all, got to know each other throughout time. And I would say it's what, maybe, I don't know, 4 years that I'm probably doing YouTube now. Started with the Comic Kingpins, was chilling with Newbie, hopping over to multiple channels and getting to know a lot of you guys. And, a lot of you guys have stood by me since the beginning, literally the beginning. And one thing I notice at all times is every single one of you in the chat. I chat with you guys. Now we've started even a Discord, which I'll talk about in just a minute. But we speak often. We speak almost every single day. Some of you I speak to more than I do my friends I grew up with, and I mean that. Like, that's just what it is. But one thing that I found out just this weekend, which kind of took me back, I was pinged by Derek Nyman, who's here in the chat, and apparently AOA, he was a huge, huge supporter from day one, dude. He was there, Comic Kingpins with Newbie, all of that. AOA unfortunately passed away, and he passed about 10 months ago. I want to say it's 9-10 months ago. It was in March, and I got to connect with his brother. Now his brother is continuing to keep his legacy going, by posting and stuff like that. So I'll definitely drop the link to his brother's page now, and I want you guys to keep in touch. If you guys knew AOA, it was something that took me by surprise. I did notice that he was not in the chats for quite some time, and I thought maybe something, kind of different happened. There's people that come in and out of the hobby. These things happen, etc. And I thought it was maybe one of those scenarios, but no, it was actually the worst case scenario. So it kind of took me back, and it reminded me, like I said, man, especially during the holidays, appreciate those next to you. Appreciate every single day, man, because like I said, I even remember exactly which book we last spoke about, myself and AOA, and now I got to pick it up because it's going to remind me of him. It's a pretty expensive one, so it makes sense that would be something that he would probably make me do even after the fact. But yeah, man, very sad news within the community. He was a big supporter across multiple channels, so I'm sure you've at one point or another interacted with him. And when I tell you guys I appreciate you guys, I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. I'm not doing this to, oh my God, he's doing a show and he wants to be nice. No, I really do. Like I said, especially in the Discord chats, all the chats that we've been in, whether it be Instagram, whatever it is, we all hang out, we all shoot the shit. We're all here for the same reason. We all met via comics, the hobby. This is what we love. But we've gotten to know each other outside of this. And if ever there's anything, man, I really hope you all have the opportunity to let me know in advance. Talk to me, reach out to me at any point. I'm always here. And yeah, man. Another thing that I need to get better at in 2026, I think this is my New Year's resolution. As you can see, there's 9+ messages. Yeah, I'm horrible at getting back to people, man. But it's something I'm working on already. I'm 4 days in. 4 days in. I think I've gotten better. Some people got some calls back, and they're like, "Wow, you actually called back." So, yeah, there you go. So, something I'm looking to do better. But man, like I said, I'll drop the link if somebody didn't already in the chat. I see you guys all here, and definitely want you guys to check it out, man, because it was something that took me back. Like I said, we've had so many conversations, but anyways. All right, guys, it's time to kick off the actual show. But before we do, I want to remind you all Comic Legion goes live every Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time to bring you the new comic book day claim sales. Where if you missed out on any books that you maybe forgot to pre order, or if you just don't pre order and you want to pick up some new books, go check them out, man. They're on YouTube. They go live 7 p.m. Eastern Time with all the new books dropping this week. This is going to be a pretty big week, this one. I feel like, we got a nice little break throughout the holidays, but man, we are back in full swing. The FOC itself is going to hurt me, and you'll see why as we talk about this in just a minute. But make sure to check it out. It's hosted by Lefteros and Chiapet, and of course, they're also on Whatnot, and they're doing so many amazing things over on Whatnot as well. Since they kicked off, man, they've been kicking so much ass. I don't even know what these perks are, etc. when it comes to Whatnot, but I think they got like some premium seller badge or something over on Whatnot. So congratulations to them, because that is a big achievement in a very fast amount of time. So as you can see, people love him. People love him. And of course, speaking of loving people, yeah, Steve is back tonight. He's been on holidays as well, and I'm looking forward to hearing about what his journey's been in the last 2 weeks. So that will be some fun times. All right, let's kick off the show. I feel like I kept him waiting a little bit too long. It is the birthday boy. That is right. Wish him happy birthday, guys. The one and only Cliff. Cliff, what's going on?
This isn't as long as waiting like last year, where you bumped me because you double booked Pacino. Then you had Travis on, and then I wrote to you and said there's only 2 weeks left in my birthday month, and you had Jeb on, and then I was like, hey, there's only one Sunday left in this month, and you ignored me, and you had Travis on again, and then 5 months later, I was finally back. So this is nothing.
But you saw the 9+ messages. Like the 9+, I'm happy they just leave it at 9. They don't show the full amount, because I'm horrible. Absolutely horrible. And I don't do it intentionally, guys. Across multiple platforms. I was literally speaking to somebody before going live on Instagram. I'm like, hey, do you have an iPhone? Like, I know, I live in Canada, you live in the United States, but do you have an iPhone? Maybe we could just communicate that way, because it's the fastest way, right? Like text message.
Well, yeah, I have an iPhone, but it's 6 stages from hell. And it's time for me to upgrade, and then we'll see after that.
Yeah. But, man, Cliff, Happy New Year to you. Happy birthday. Happy New Year to everybody in the chat as well. You had a big weekend. It was your birthday, New Year's.
I did. I did a live stream. I did a live stream on Wednesday for my birthday in the afternoon. I did a couple shows on Thursday. I think it's all a blur. I did something on Friday. I had my Capricorn United birthday bash. Me, Lady Fantastic, and Sheena from Melanin and Manga, because we're all Capricorns. I'm born on the 1st. They're born on the 3rd. Now on the 3rd, I actually had my party. I busted my ass making lasagna and bean chili all day.
That is a combination that sounds.
No, the bean chili. Although some people had both, the bean chili were for the people who couldn't have the lasagna.
Fair. That's
right. I had people who couldn't eat meat, and I had people who couldn't eat dairy. And I didn't front on that lasagna. It was me, a rolling pin. And I don't know if you've ever heard of this, where you hang your pasta dough off the side of the oven to help it stretch. Hey. All right. So that was me. All right. I made my meat sauce with real beef, with real Italian sausage, a cup of wine, a spoonful of reduction of broth reduction, where it becomes a reduction. I'll put a spoonful of that in there. I did all the tricks. I shaved carrot and celery and sweet onion for the base. I did all the things. I got all the, those colorful tomatoes. I roasted them in the oven, pureed them into the sauce. The bechamel sauce, all I could find in the store that was real was a real giant brick of Parmesan. So I made the bechamel sauce turn into a Mornay sauce by grating all of that Parmesan in there, and then layer. And then I found whole milk chunks of mozzarella, and I chopped them up. And I mean, and the whole milk, what do you call it? The one where they dry it a little bit. You can't get like the regular one, right? Like the milky one. Don't do that. That's bad. Chop this up, threw that in the oven. It was the most fantastic freaking lasagna I've ever made. Oh, yes, rest in peace, AOA. I'm really making this about me. But my
dude,
Ozzy, I love Italian sausage.
I love the fact you went into so much detail that this just became a cooking show network, whatever it is.
Yo, no, listen, I need what's his name to come up to my kitchen, comic chef. I need him to come up to my kitchen. Let's make lasagna together. Let's just do it.
I'm curious how many Canadians remember Pasquale's Kitchen. If you guys remember that, man, from back in the day, holy shit, dude, that is a throwback. Old Italian man that you just used to cook on television. I used to watch that all the time, but yeah, it sounds good, dude. I mean, lasagna for sure, dude. I ate so much food that like I don't even want to see food for at least another 2 weeks. I don't want to be that guy that says.
I can't imagine what that feeling is like.
Oh my god!
Actually, no, I can imagine. It's happened to me when I'm sick, but never when I'm healthy.
Yeah, dude, it was wild. The amount of food, the amount of booze. Oh man! And then I found myself drinking wine in the middle of the week. I'm like, hey, what's happening to me over here? What's happening? So yeah, I had to slow it down. But I mean, we continue the drinking festivities, and happy birthday again. Of course, there's a lot to talk about tonight, guys. In the hot topics, we'll get to it, but I'm sure you all saw, man, the ultimate end game blind bag stuff. Everybody complaining, so I can't wait to dive into that. In fact, you know what? We'll go do some live rips. I've got about like
poor Marvel.
I got about six or seven of them sitting here, so we'll open them up. I haven't opened up a single one of mine yet. I just want to see how this plays out because I've seen so much talk about all the stuff, so we'll do it live. And yeah, man, I'm curious to see just how crazy it's gonna be. How I'm seeing a lot of people saying it's poor condition, etc. So we'll check that out in just a second. Before we do, guys, I don't know why you're doing this. Thank you so much. You don't need to do that. Bison dropping.
They want you to buy me something for the new year. That's what they want.
A $10 super chat. Thank you for that, dude. You didn't have to do that. It was an honor to kick it with you just a few weeks ago on the giveaway show. And speaking of the giveaway show, also someone who was there was Love for Comics, who donated so massively to that episode. And it was nothing but great times. 3 hours of giveaways, man. Absolutely nuts. Still can't believe how many of you hit some of these amazing books, ratios, 1 to 250s, etc. But just to let you guys know, all those books for the holiday season, I've been pretty much like disconnected. I'm shipping everything out this week, so you'll get everything as soon as possible once it arrives to you, but it's going out. And of course, those of you who asked for me to drop it off at Comic Legion, I will happily do so. We got JSS Brooklyn doing the same thing, man. JSS, a brother of mine as well. If you guys aren't following him, please do. I've seen him make appearances on YouTube, and I'm going to call him out. 2026, JSS, I want to see you on this show, man. It would be a great time just to kick it with you and talk comics, man. I would love that. And the birthday boy himself, what are you doing, dude? Stop it. Stop. Save the money.
I figured that $5 will go a lot further in Canada.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, it does. When you do the exchange.
Go treat yourself to a foil cover.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. But Cliff, thank you. It's your birthday. We should be showering you with stuff. And with that, let's kick off the FOC selections of the week, guys, for the first time in 2026. Are you ready, sir?
I'm ready.
He's ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. Come on.
Let's go. Oh, yeah, it's about that time where we talk comic books. It's the FOC selections of the week for January 5th. And, of course, these selections done by none other than our brother Lefteros. If you're not following Lefteros on social media, such as Instagram, please do so. Go check him out at Lefteros. You can see some of his selections, but we're going to bring you the whole list right now. Now, if you live in the United States and you want to order any of the books we're about to talk about, well, go visit comicnation.us. They give you 15% off of the cover price, but get an additional 5% off by using discount code Black Crown. Canada, Comic Legion's got you covered as well. They give you 20% off every single week, but if it's your first order, well, use discount code ENLIST. You'll get an additional 5% off, totaling it off to 25%. You get reward points back as well, which is always fun because then you get to claim like free book or two or whatever it is, depending how much you spend. Don't get too crazy, but yeah, free stuff, I'll take it. And of course, they've got the hold boxes. You can hold your boxes with Comic Legion and then you get them shipped out when you're ready. So there you go. Now, Cliff, I want to kick it off with the first book. Are you ready? Here we go. First book on the list, as you can see, new layout. Ooh, very cool. But we've got Captain America, issue number 7. And with this being the main cover, apparently we're going to get a possible introduction of a Doctor Doom's successor. Now, we've seen what's happened, right, with Doctor Doom. Did you read One World?
Lotvarian successor. Lotvarian successor.
There you go. The Lotvarian one. Man, I don't know, man. I look back at One World Under Doom. I really anticipated a different type of ending. My end, you know what I mean? I really wanted to see some other people step up to the mantle. I feel like I've said this already.
Are you kidding? The mantle of Sorcerer Supreme? Bitch shit, these items were destroyed. Let me bring them back. And then the items themselves said, Homegirl brought us back from extinction. Homegirl needs to be the Sorcerer Supreme. Then the governing body that says, no. We choose who the Sorcerer Supreme is. The items don't get to choose. And she said, listen, the items say they want to be with me. So y'all need to get out of here. And they're like, no, this bitch did not just banish us. And they're like, I was like, oh my God, we got to get this hoe under control. And so they call in Agatha Harkness. And I'm like, oh, y'all are playing games. I'm like, she is going to eat. It's going to be succulent. She's going to eat this shit, and I'm here for all of it. But anyhow,
Lefteros is saying that no, it's Doctor Doom's actual successor. That's what is implied in the stories and in the solicitation. So let's see how this plays out. But yeah, man,
would you like to see be his Lotvarian successor?
I still want to see Valeria.
Right? I feel like Valeria is interesting, but she's a kid. But that would still be an interesting story.
But what don't you feel like it would elevate, especially with the history and everything behind Doctor Doom? Come on.
I still like Chip Zdarsky a lot, so it might be interesting. Yeah. But also, I feel like I'm that one. Well, we're both Latinos, so that's how that works. But I do feel like there's like other interesting people, like what, I don't know, like I'm totally would be cool with Valeria. Totally would be cool with her.
Yeah.
But I think there's other interesting people. Like, what if we put Kristoff back to work?
That could work. That could work.
That could work too.
Yeah. So many opportunities, so many possibilities that could happen. But yeah, I'm definitely going to pick it up because I want to see if this be the case, exactly who's going to be taking over. But moving on from Captain America, we got Ultimate Wolverine at number 14. This one being the main cover. First appearance of Ultimate Lady Deathstrike. Pretty interesting. But besides that, not only do you get that, check out this amazing 1 in 100 incentive. Very cool, man. I like this cover. It's very trippy. Very trippy.
Okay, I like the cover, but like it's too Lady Bullseye and not enough Lady Deathstrike. Like
fair. I see that.
Like save this for like if this was like Ultimate Daredevil versus Wolverine, and this was like symbolic of the Daredevil radar. Like I'm just like there's just so much. I felt this could have been better used elsewhere.
Yeah, no, I could see what you're saying.
That said, it's a badass version.
It is. It really is. It is. I like it. Very nice. You got Sorrentino who put this one together. And yeah, it totally does give those vibes. But very, very nice cover. Now, moving on from that, since we're talking Wolverine, I do want to show you guys this one because Wolverine Weapons of Armageddon #1 gives us this main cover introduction of the Prime Warrior Corporation. Now, the solicitation mentions a new abducted mutant subject, which suggests a possible first appearance within the book. We don't know exactly who, but besides that, oh, boys, my boy right here, Dan Panosian, dropping the fire.
Yeah, I cannot disagree. I cannot disagree. I'm like, I don't even know what story is happening, but this cover is gorgeous.
Yeah, dude, like, I get it. The first appearances and everything, great. I do want to pick it up for the story because, again, you got Zdarsky, who you were just talking about, who's also going to be on this. But, man, Panosian crushed this cover. He crushed this cover. I'm not the foil collector. I'm not the type to foil collect, but I like this. I like this. This Panosian cover is stunning. Picking this one up. Can't wait. And since we're talking Wolverine Weapons of Armageddon #1, 1 in 100 incentive, you've got this Zdarsky cover as well. As I mentioned, he's doing the story, but doing the cover as well here. Dude, this one as a virgin looks amazing. I know we have the possibility of picking this up as a trade. The option is there. But, man, look at that. This is sick.
Oh, my God. And a little strangely erotic.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't do that to me type thing, but I get what you're talking about. Is this Marvel's thirst trap for Cliff? It just might be.
Oh, I don't know. Marvel already came out with a few thirst traps for me recently, and I'm so happy that they've joined the thirst trap club. It's a great time. It's a great time. Oh no, these are thirst traps for straight boys. I got the wrong one.
But yeah, no, I like this. This is an amazing cover. I'm going with this. I'm going with a Panosian for sure. But moving on, we've got an amazing video game homage cover here with Lost Fantasy issue #7. Elden Ring video game cover homage, of course. Now, you know, so call me crazy, Cliff. Call me crazy, okay? I got into Lost Fantasy at the beginning.
Before you knew everything you know about it now.
I fell off. I just put it on the back burner. I said, you know what? I'm just going to let it slide. I'll get back to it when I got it. Story's great. But man, it's infectious seeing Franklin Jonas since issue number 6? Yeah, it was number 6. Dude, Franklin Jonas from the Jonas Brothers. I know you guys are probably like Jonas Brothers.
He's not from the group, the Jonas Brothers.
I know that.
He's the youngest brother of those Jonas Brothers.
If you're following him on social media, man, the guy is a hardcore comic nerd. And it goes outside of just, the fact that he's tied to this project. It was so cool. They've been touring, right? He's opening up for the Jonas Brothers.
Which is insane to me, by the way.
Yeah, they came to Montreal just a few weeks ago. And while he was in Montreal, went to visit a local comic shop in Millennium. And he picks up every city he goes to an LCS, right? If I was still playing music and touring the world, I looked at this and I'm like, dude, this would be me. He's one of us.
I know. I really like him. Yeah. And he's not bad looking, which, as we know, doesn't hurt.
That's fair. But again, back to the comic. The story's great, guys. It actually did get really good. And the covers, man, all the homage covers, the video game homage covers, man, they are bringing the fire, bringing the heat. As you can see here, if you're a fan of Elden Ring, you just might like this one. And yeah, man, they've all been really good. So I like seeing this on the FOC selections this week. Moving on, G.I. Joe issue 18. This one being the cover B. You got the Chameleon. That's right. Cover depiction by Kendrick Lim. Very nice.
It is nice, but it reminds me of one we've already had of her. Right? Didn't Prison do one of her already?
You mean you feel like you've seen such a cover before?
Right. Like it just feels too similar.
I don't know. I think Kendrick Lim did great.
It's otherwise lovely. I just feel and also, what kind of covers does Cliff actually like?
Thirst traps.
No, bitch. No, what are you talking about? No, I like action covers.
Yeah, that,
You know?
that too.
Like, I was like, we're all about action covers. I mean, once in a while, I like a nice pinup, sure, but come on, action, baby.
Yeah, Kilted Corgi's on the ball, man. We're going to talk about that in just a second. But yeah, man, this one is a beautiful cover. But moving on, another sick cover that I saw
Yeah.
on FOC this week. It's so hard, man, because like, you know, there's great covers out there that even if you're not reading these books, you can't help but flock to these covers because they're just so stunning. This one being one of them, Conan the Barbarian 28. I'm not even reading this, dude. I've been picking up so many Conan the Barbarian covers because they've been fire.
I know,
And
well, this cover's just badass.
yeah, you got another one here with Zafino, dude. This is sick. Yeah, there you go. Chat's in agreement. Look at that. You got JD saying it. Oh, so Kilted Corgi saying it's a good read. I need to get on that.
I hear lots of people say it's a good read. I just either I gotta really dig it. Like, I've never been like super into Conan. Like, I'll watch a Conan movie, sure, but like I'm not gonna just like stop, drop, and roll to read Conan and stuff. I'm just like, you know, it's hit or miss with me, or what. I'm just saying, I gotta be so careful with my comic book dollars, you know?
Yeah.
However, I did pick up one Conan Thirst Trap not too long ago.
That's fair. That's fair. Was that a Panosian?
I don't even remember. I was like, oh, because you know how most of them he's always shirtless. So, but like, just because you're shirtless doesn't make it a thirst trap, right? But this one was like pure thirst trap. So I was like, good job, whoever you are, good job.
Yeah, no, it was, dude, the covers have been great. This one is another fantastic cover for Conan the Barbarian, issue 28. Now, moving on from Conan, we get to DC Marvel Batman Deadpool, issue number 1. This one being the cover A. It's going to a second printing. Now, if you read it, of course, this is no surprise because, yes, you're getting the first cover appearance of Batpool. That's right. What a character.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, this one's great.
By the way, it's so funny. I was looking at one of the foreign variants for Batman Deadpool, and it said Batman and Massacre, and I was like, Deadpool really? Massacre in some other languages.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I was like, oh snap! I was like, I did not have that on my bingo card. I just figured they would just call him Deadpool, but no, they're like Massacre.
Yeah. Batman stays as Batman, but no, Deadpool, they had to change
Batman is internationally Batman.
Yep. Yeah, it's awesome. And of course, the chance is bringing it up before I even did. But yes, this is a Dan Mora cover, man. And I love this. Dan Mora. What a year for Dan Mora, eh? 2025.
I know. Listen, I wish I had the year that Dan Mora had, that Mark Spears had, that Jorge Jimenez had. They were all having the best year. My year was trash, but they were having a great year, you know?
Shout out to them, because
thank you for living the dream for the rest of us.
We live vicariously through them. But yes, an amazing cover right here. And it was a very interesting read, man. I hope you guys just take this for what it is. Have fun with these because these are great fun reads. Somebody in the chat named Kilton Corgi. That's right. He brought this one up not too long ago, just a few slides ago. But yes, G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, issue 49. This one is the cover B from the Hama Files edition. Yes. Ooh, now on this cover, of course, we get Serpenter cover depiction by Mooneyham. And then you've gone to the Hama Files edition reprint of the first appearance, which is pretty cool to have, man. I like this. I like these types of things, man. If, you know, some people don't like facsimiles. Some people think they're corny, cheesy. It's just a quick way to make a quick buck by these publishers.
There is some of that, but it also gets new readers in. But also sometimes this is how you do it. This is just a dope additional collectible. There's lots of people who are just cover buying. And like, listen, if I had the spare cash, I would snatch this up for the cover buy.
Yeah.
You know, he is looking regal here. And again, notice how regal is different than sexual.
Yeah.
All right. This is regal. All right. Yeah. If I could see his nipples, now we're entering something more sexual. Absolutely. Keep it in mind, Hama. Keep that in mind, baby. You can still draw. You can still not like these other old douches, but you can still draw, man.
It looks amazing.
I have no idea who I'm talking about. It's okay.
This cover is stunning, man, and it is totally worthy of a pickup. And I am definitely going to pick this one up. But moving on from G.I. Joe, we look over at Bromeo and what he's doing, man, and he gives us Amazing Spider-Man issue 21, the 1-in-100 incentive, also available as a trade. Still looks great in the trade as well, man. Bromeo's
first of all,
fire.
I don't know who told him. I mean, someone must have told him, yo, Cliff is boycotting Amazing Spider-Man because of what Tom said. So you need to make some wild ass covers to keep trying to draw and drag him back in. And I got to tell you, I haven't fallen for it. I love you, Bermejo, but I haven't fallen for it. But every Bermejo cover on this run has been an homage to Spidey's greatest adventures, and it drives me wild. And this one is no exception.
It is so damn good. So damn good. Bermejo's been dropping fire throughout the entire Amazing Spider-Man run, and every cover he's done, you know, is just, dude, callbacks to amazing moments within Amazing Spider-Man, huge moments, and man, it is so good. This one is a must grab for myself. I've picked up every Bermejo cover, by the way. I have not missed one. I don't know about you. Like, I literally got my pull box from Comic Legion earlier today, and like there was like maybe 2 Bermejo covers in there because I haven't missed out. I haven't missed out
on his DC covers.
Good for you, honestly, because he's slaying it over on DC as well. Bermejo's
pure
fire.
That Red Hood Joker cover, tell me.
Fire.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Cliff, what is happening tonight? We're agreeing a lot, which is weird.
Yeah, I have a lot of heart. And also this Peppermint White Russian includes award-winning spirits.
There you go. I'm feeling spicy tonight. For me, it's spiced. We're going spiced tonight. That's how I'm feeling. The JD has been set aside, but that's where we're at tonight.
Let's see how spicy we get if you show up for freaking Terrificon.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, Chia Pet, shout out to Lefteros. The new layout is great. I think I might need to rework on my end though, because they come in a little more narrow. They're very Instagram friendly, but we'll figure something out. We'll make it look sexier than this. But moving on, Skin Breakers, issue number 5. We've got David Finch dropping absolute fire within these books. When I tell you some of his best artwork ever.
No, it is his best ever. It is the most perfect artwork that I've seen in a comic book, possibly in my life. Time. And how many issues is this series supposed to be?
I don't know. I don't want it to end. I don't want it to end.
Like, it's not a long-term series, and the man worked on it for like 6 freaking years, right?
Yeah.
Every page is gorgeous. In fact, I had an artist friend of mine complain that every page was too perfect, and I said, "Shut the fuck up." And I was like, "Give me that book right now."
Yes, how dare you complain about perfection? Because David Finch.
I actually saw a friend of mine pitch his artwork many years ago, and Dark Horse was looking at it, and the guy reviewing the artwork from Dark Horse was like, "There's no smudges, everything's perfect. No one looks like there's a scrape on their body or cut on their face, or it's like, and dude, even your blades of grass are perfect." He actually criticized him for being too perfect, and this. And although my friend was a good artist, but I didn't think it was perfect, but he just made everything perfect looking. This is perfect, as in not everything is perfect looking, but all the details are fabulous.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. Cliff, you said everything with so much passion, and rightfully so, because the interiors of this book, this is a 1-in-25 ratio, by the way, guys. I think I forgot to mention that, but like, oh man, Finch is dropping some of the best artwork he has ever dropped, and I think that speaks volumes, because Finch has dropped absolute bangers throughout his entire career, which has been stellar.
Wait, we must address Chia Pet in the chat immediately. Speaking of Cliff's friends, did he see the new video that
I sent it to him? I sent it to him.
All right, does he know that all this time that they thought that you were Chia Pet?
Oh, okay. That's why they thought he was cute.
Right. Well, no one thought he was actually. No one said anything. None of them even know what you look like, and that's the big joke. Actually, they kind of know what you look like, because I had to show them that you and Paperweight don't sound Canadian, and that the fact that you two were arguing over who sounded Canadian was ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
That shit was hilarious. So, Chia Pet, I will tell you this: she thought your name was cute. And that happened during the original I was rejected and I ran off the list of all the people who appeared when I was away, including your name, which came up more than once, and they were rolling on the floor with the name Chia Pet, and then that's it. All of this has been just your name stood out. That's how it goes.
I apparently sound French, so thank you.
That don't sound French. That sounds like you're gonna pound me in a cloud city far, far away.
My God. Yeah, there's a lot of people who have no idea what this story is about. But yes, last year, Cliff got together with a group of his colleagues, and they're wonderful, wonderful ladies. And they put together an awesome video to remind me of how much I suck for skipping out on Cliff's birthday. That's what happened. And here we are. 1 year later, he sent me a new video. I didn't know if he wanted me to post it, so I didn't post it. But yeah, it was hilarious. Hilarious. But anyways, moving on from Skin Breakers. What a title for the conversation right now. Wrestle Heist number 2. Guys, issue number 1 was wild. I am a wrestling fan. This catered to me. And Wrestle Heist issue number 2 now has this awesome 1 in 10 incentive. This one by Jay Gonzo. You've seen Jay Gonzo do multiple types of covers as such for like TMNT, etc. And here he is. You got Gonzo with this one. Awesome, dude. The read is so wild.
Jay Gonzo.
Yep.
Devon, get the table.
Yeah. Devon, get the table. Wrestling references. Bring them on, guys. Bring them on. But yeah, man, it was awesome.
Universe Sex 8189. Pound me ? Oh.
Yo, my brother Uni's in the house, man. Shout out to Uni. Uni, I fell deep into collecting vinyls, and my wife, literally before going live, bro, I get my doorbell rang from Amazon. I got I got a record player, and she just looks at me like, what?
She's like, yeah, a turntable over there.
I don't know, man. I don't know if it's a midlife crisis, but I'm loving it, man. I love listening to vinyls, dude. And yeah, that's as if I needed more reason to spend money, but that's where I'm at. But anyways, yes, Wrestle Heist, guys. You might want to pick this up. It was fun. If you're a wrestling fan, it's fun. The Gonzo cover is awesome. But moving on, sneaky book, sneaky. Guys, your shops may not even offer this on FOC this week, and I'll explain to you why. 2 weeks ago, this was on FOC. They immediately pulled this off of FOC. So some of you may have already pre-ordered it. Your shops may think that it's not on FOC this week. It's there. It's there. Call your shops. Make sure you pre-order this shit, because I'm telling you openly, the Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, the video game itself, just might even be better than the latest Mario Kart game that came out. My kids are playing the hell out of this game. This cover right here is the cover B for this issue. It's a one-shot based on the actual Sonic Racing Cross Worlds video game, and this one is by Rick Mack. You have a cover A as well, but this one features a lot more characters. Let me tell you, I think this one might be sneaky. Just grab one. Grab one. I love this. Cliff's confused.
No, it's fine. Category not for me, but it's cute.
It is. Yeah. Video game tie-in. Yes. It's so awesome. I'm so happy to see that you got JD in the chat. DJ Robot saying that he picked it up. So yeah, dude. I love this. Love this. Crossworlds got robbed at Video Game Awards. I totally agree with you, man, because it's an awesome game. It's really good. Really good. But anyways, don't sleep on this one. Just add it to your pull box. Just do it. Absolute Wonder Woman issue 16. We got the cover A right here. First cover appearance of Absolute Zatanna. What an absolute badass, dude. So far, we've seen very minimal when it comes to the character. Whole new design, whole new look. This is not at all what you would expect Zatanna to look like. We're used to her in her magician costume, looking all sexy and shit. No. This is what we're getting. She's looking badass, looking fierce. I'm scared of shit. I'll be honest.
I mean, freaking homegirl like had her chained up and her mouth wrapped up because she's so freaking dangerous.
Yeah, dude, they had her tied up, not in that way, like tied up, straight jackets, covered her mouth so she can't whisper or say any type of stuff that just might, create chaos. Dude, yeah, JD, spot on, man. Loving the goth look. It's very gothic. I'm sure I've seen multiple.
I love everything except for the platform boots. But also, Absolute Wonder Woman is my absolute favorite absolute title. So yay.
Yeah. Uni saying she looks like a teen here, but I don't know, man. We're getting a little more here, a little more.
And again, love this. But yo, how many women do you know who actually like enjoy walking around in goddamn boots? You're gonna tell me you're gonna go into combat with a bitch that the gods brought to life, and you're gonna come with the platform Herman Munster shoes? Otherwise, can't wait to fucking read it. But still, I ain't going to battle with Herman Munster shoes. Fucking give me give me my whatever am I wearing? Give me my goddamn slip-ons that I'm wearing now, or give me my goddamn what's the other one what's that one? New Balance. Give me my damn New Balance so I can run.
That Balance. Oh my god.
That bitch is gonna jump on a skeletal Pegasus and come for me with a Cloudbuster sword. I ain't gonna be walking. I ain't gonna be no goddamn platforms.
We are
how many spells I can spill out of my mouth.
We're two grown-ass men sitting here complaining about fucking platforms.
No, I know. I am. This gay-ass grown man is complaining about platforms. All right? You're such a heterosexual. I bet you didn't even see the platforms till I started talking about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't even notice. But
now I'm like, my Herman Munster shoes.
With JD calling out the fact that it looks like Gene Simmons from Kiss with the platforms.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like, I was like, damn, girl. I'm just saying. Do you know there's a tiny part of us because we're psychos who love? That's not true. I don't want to say we're psychos. We're a particular crowd who love comic books, and sometimes you go, this bitch can't wear this.
Man.
No, Chia said, no, I don't want them in New Balance. I'm saying if I'm going into combat, I ain't wearing no goddamn platform shoes. I'm gonna wear some goddamn new. By the way, believe it or not, there's some sexy New Balance out there for some bitches. I'm letting you know.
There's nothing sexy about New Balance, and
you haven't seen homegirl in a jumpsuit with her pink New Balance. I'll tell you what, you'll I'll show you guys.
The jumpsuit's doing all the work. The New Balance is just there.
But the New Balance is giving her the agility to do combat with a Wonder Woman.
I guess. But shout out to the chat for going hard on this platform boot stuff because, man, the exchanges in the comment section have been killing me. But man.
Clip. Yo, send me an invitation to the goddamn Discord.
So it's in the description. Guys, it's in the description of the video of this show, man. So if you guys want to join the Discord, please do because it's let me get down right now. Dude, Matt from COVRPRICE said it last week, and he's spot on. It's one of the most organized Discords ever. We've got multiple chats. We've got the Latvarian chat where it's straight up comic talk, and then we've got this chat for the weekly comic wrap up, which is obviously where we talk things related to this show, etc. But then we got sports. We've got like so much other stuff as well that's happening. Trading card games and stuff like that. I have no idea what's happening. There's so many chats. I helped build this with Lefteros. He did everything. He did everything when it comes to doing all the technical side. But I mean, like we decided, you know what, let's do a Discord, and that was probably one of the smarter things to do. But it is awesome. It is awesome. There's like 150 people already since not even 2 weeks ago. So it's awesome to see. I'm loving having all these conversations with you guys. There you have it, Lefteros, man. He's doing all the heavy lifting when it comes to this community that we've built. And shout out to Lefteros, guys. Join the Discord. I'm telling you, it's awesome. You can even sell books. There's a marketplace for both Canada and the United States where you guys can sell books, etc. Anybody doing shady shit, you're automatically out. I'm telling you now. Out the door you go. I don't want to see that. Don't want to hear that. If anybody's screwing anybody over, you're out. Done. But yeah. Great times, Cliff. Brace yourself. It's gonna be a fun time. A fun time.
Oh no, I'm in a bunch of Discords and I mute them all because I can't. I ain't got time for that.
You're gonna want to make time for this one. I promise you. I promise you. Superman 34 brings us some fire covers, man. It is so amazing to see how many covers are available for this issue of Superman, issue 34, that are making me want to buy multiple copies. Because here you have the Dave Johnson, where we get the classic quote from the movie that kindness is the new punk rock. Yes, we remember after the movie dropped, that was what everybody was telling each other. Because I'm a punk rocker. Yes, I am. I am. Right, Cliff?
I mean, you know, you lived that life.
I did.
You did.
For like 10 years.
Also, but that wasn't the best you. So there is a whole thing. There is a whole conversation you said by that.
Yeah, it is contradicting because the punk rock side I lived, the being kind was totally the opposite. It was horrible. It was horrible. But yes, I love this cover. This one is a pickup for me. But not only that, dude. Okay, Izzy has been saying how the Absolute Universe, the manga vibes that he gets from reading the Absolute Batman stuff. Well, Superman did exactly that with this cover because holy shit, man! I hope I don't mispronounce the name, but it's Mario Fokilo. I think that's what it is. So I'm going with that. But Jesus Christ, dude, this feels pure manga.
It does. And
Wild.
again, doesn't do anything for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. No, this is exactly Magnus Derek. It's a different kind of cover.
It's wild. It's so wild, man.
I know, but like, what is this? Superman's powering up to 9,000? Like, I don't care. Like, no.
He's gone Super Saiyan. My brother Rocksteady's in the house. Happy New Year to my brother, guys. Keep an eye out. I will not say a single word until Rocksteady is ready to say it, but there are big things happening for him as well. You know, the more I'm talking about everybody here in the chat, in the community, the Discord, the this, the that, there's so many good things happening lined up for all of you in 2026, and I can't wait. I can't wait, Rocksteady, bro. Can't wait for you. Can't wait, man. It's gonna be amazing. But yes, I like this. It's like Superman, Super Saiyan, and it's badass. For me, it's a pickup. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. It's okay. You have your taste. I have my taste. That's how we work. But
my application to Earth,
guys,
10,063 is in. Jesus.
Yeah. So Superman 34 also gives us this Lois Lane cover by Eom. Shout out to Eom. You know what? Eom actually re-shared tonight's show to his story. And I want to say thank you to him. I want to say thank you to him because he did not have to do that. But Eom, we were talking about Dan Mora 2025, big year for Dan Mora. Dude, Eom made his big ass splash in the comic book scene in 2025, in my opinion. Seeing Eom's covers, dude, they're amazing. I love them. Absolutely love them. I've been picking up a lot of Eom covers within the 2025 till now. This one is a stunning cover of Lois Lane. I love this. It's so badass. Doesn't Lois look badass?
Oh yeah, she does look badass. Also, her chest looks amazing, but still.
Oh yeah, Eom is pure fire, man. Pure fire.
Like Eom is coming into his moment. But obviously, I feel like his splash on the scene was that Absolute Wonder Woman last week.
Dude. I don't know, man. Eom for me has been just absolutely crushing it. Absolutely crushing it.
But I just feel like, that moment of becoming a name, I feel like that was it. That was the cover. Also, he gave me Super Twink Aquaman. So like there's that.
Super Twink Aquaman.
Yo, listen. Do you want me to share the screen? All right. He had Twink Aquaman versus, or they're not even fighting each other, okay? It looks like a scene from Heated Rivalries, all right? It's Twink Aquaman versus Twink Hawkman versus Twink Aquaman on that cover, okay? I mean, like, I think I need to get a copy of that and add it to the. I mean, Aquaman looks too young, but the overall energy, I think I need to add it to the collection.
If Super Twink doesn't become a fucking comic book character, I'm gonna be so disappointed.
I feel like it kind of already is.
Yep. But great name. Yeah, there you go. Derek's hashtagging it already. There you go. Let's make that famous. But yeah, guys, jokes aside, I know we joked a little bit tonight, but Eom, I'm sorry, guys. Hands down, one of my. It's hard. I feel like I say this every week. Like, there's so many good artists out there. I want to say he's in the top of the list. He actually, dude, Eom is dropping fire. Can't wait to see what else Eom has in store. This one right here, Superman 34. Stunning cover. Goes without saying. I'm picking this one up. And guys, those were the FOC picks of the week. Of course, You can support our brother Lefteros, who dropped all of this information for us this week. By doing so, of course, go check him out over on Instagram. You can check him out over on COVRPRICE. But if you want to buy any of these books, you should consider shopping at any of these shops. If you're in the United States, well, you can go visit comicnation.us. They give you 15% off of cover price. Get an additional 5 by using discount code Black Crown. And if you also live in Canada, you can go and check out comiclegion.ca. They give you 20% off every single week. But if it's your first order, use discount code ENLIST. The Discord, as you can see right there at the bottom. Yeah, you can message Lefteros to join the Earth 10063 Discord. If you're wondering what that is, Google it, man. It's pretty funny. Why we called it the Earth 10063. Lefteros a fucking genius for doing that. It's awesome. But yeah, check it out. We talk comics 24/7 in these chats. So much going on. We even have a music chat where we just talk about music and stuff like that. So much fun stuff happening, and we hope to see it grow. We're already at like 150 people plus, and yeah, man, that's just within like what, not even 2 weeks. So we hope to see you guys continuing to pour in and join the crew, man, in talking comics, because this is what gets us all together anyways. So why not? All right, Cliff, that was the FOC, but buckle up, baby. We got a lot more to go through. The market report is gonna be.
Let me drink more of this.
I just poured myself another one. I'm all out of ice, bro. You know what I need here? I know what I need in this goddamn room? An ice machine. I want an ice
You
machine.
can get a counter-type.
Yeah.
Machine.
Oh, I'm gonna get one. You're gonna hear it making ice in the background, but I'm gonna get one.
No, you're not. They're really pretty smooth.
Yeah, I know. Dude, my brother has one, and at
the little pellets, right?
Oh yeah, it's so clutch. It's so clutch. Just like
Wait.
you just hear like little.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. But anyways, before we get into the market report, of course, we got to bring in our brother Steve, because yes, Steve has been waiting in the background. So with that, Steve, let's go, baby, because this is Steve time. Let's go. Stevie boy, I want to thank you so much for joining us tonight, baby.
He even changed. I love
thanks,
why the Marlboro hat? What happened? Is that a Marlboro hat?
No, it's my golf hat. Mulligan.
Oh, okay. All right.
Hold on, let me change hat for you. Hold on.
It doesn't hit the same way.
Happy birthday, Cliff.
Oh, happy New Year, baby.
Oh my God. Okay, well, here we go. We got the queen and the princess in the house.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. But yes, happy birthday, of course. Steve,
yeah.
There's something missing, bro. Something missing. It doesn't feel entirely birthday-like for Cliff. I don't know.
Okay.
You feeling that? I'm feeling that.
I think so.
Please tell me there's someone shirtless in the background.
He is not shirtless, but he's here anyways. Your brother is.
You don't want me shirtless, bro.
Oh, he knows I don't want him shirtless. God damn. I'm sitting here be like, ooh, who we got? I'm like, did you get John in? John, you out there, baby? Like, no. You're like, I got
it, brother.
Hi, Izzy. I still love you.
You know it. You know how it is. We're brothers, bro. That's how that works.
It is. We're brothers, you know.
I feel like I can't separate you guys, man. Especially now that you guys have your show on Tuesdays, which is always fun to watch. I catch you guys going off, Cliff going off, especially when it comes to absolute Batman stuff, which gets crazy.
I really want people to understand. I don't have like a legit problem with the book. It's the aftermarket, and I don't want people like blowing money on FOMO. Like I'm just like, it's just like a genuine like sense of protection of community.
It's okay.
You know, I don't personally care for the book, but I do understand why other people do like it.
Well, when it comes to
that annual Batman battling bigots, that
fun.
shit
It's fun getting Cliff wild up, though. Isn't it fun getting Cliff wild up, though? That's the best part of it.
It's more fun when you put your fingers into it.
Oh my goodness! I
but
feel
now
like
you,
a Cliff.
And John, are you out there?
Pure wild. But before we get into it, Izzy, let me introduce you to my brother, Steve Izzy. There you go.
How you doing, Steve?
Good. How about you, man?
I'm doing.
He's doing.
Yo, Steve is the best part of your show, kind of, other than you. And I'm going to tell you why.
Damn.
Because I said other than you. You know I love you. Look at you with your glistening nose. You're so cute. So why did I drink tonight? Steve is the best part of your show because I get so riled up watching all this spec and market stuff and whatever. And like, I really want to be more tuned in to things that are about the community. And I watch lots of shows that are about the community. If you saw my top 5 spread from YouTube, you could see that, you know, when it comes to market and spec, technically you're like the only one on the list. But Steve breaks that wall between market and spec. And I'm a new reader, and I'm telling you what I'm out there reading, and I love it so much, you know. And I pointed him to do a power bomb and murder Falcon and all sorts of stuff. And Steve has just been knocking them out, and I love it. I love it. And I've said everything I can. Steve, I love you. Go take it away, man.
Thank you.
So yes, Steve is
All that
relatively.
love for Steve. He gives me no love. You see that? That's how it is. That's how our
Oh
relationship
my God,
is.
Izzy is
He
the
doesn't give a
best
damn
partner.
about me, that punk.
Steve, Izzy's the best
Soy
partner
idiota.
I could
Steve,
ever
wait.
have on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Izzyverse NYC, where we cover the trending topics and trending comics and topics, whether I like it or not. And it's just great. And even if I have to suffer through it, and 500 variations of goddamn Absolute Batman #1, which they couldn't even spare the 10 cents to give us some freaking foil on 10th printing. I'm looking at you, DC Comics. You took all our money last year. Give us a nice 10th printing, you bastards. And Izzy's just there for me. He's just.
It should have been a gold cover. Like, shouldn't it have been like gold?
I wanted
red
gold.
foil. I would have taken red foil, red embossment. Come on.
We got spoiled with the Transformers one, but luckily
Yes.
Izzy doesn't get the love from Cliff. But every Monday night, I make sure to appreciate my brother Izzy, because having him on the top 10 over at Cover Price is one of the best things ever, because it balances out the fact I got to deal with Travis, right? You know what I mean? So it's there. It's there.
That's who's missing now, right, Travis? He's somewhere.
Yeah,
I
but
love Travis, you know?
yeah, but
Travis was one of the first people to DM me happy birthday this year.
I know, and you made sure I knew that because I
Well,
was
you
late as
you made
hell.
sure everybody knew it was your birthday. That's what it was.
I know, but the fact is Trek Wars was there. Travis was
but
there.
you saw what I sent you, right? In the chat that you created for your own birthday.
Yes.
He straight
And that
up
was
made
great.
his own chat.
Yeah, you know why? Because I don't see anyone else stepping up, you know? And I know y'all love me. And I love you.
I'm
Love
going
me.
main
But
already,
it's-
dude.
The thing is,
I can put you guys together. It's like having a husband and wife here. This is crazy. But
I know, with zero perks, not even one good bang a year, and I don't even want to touch him. So like, it's just terrible, you know.
that is pure marriage right there. Just so you know,
I
that
know,
last
it's dark.
statement.
It's dark. I'm ready.
Every
for
day
my
I go to
first
bed
house.
sad.
I'm ready for the 22-year-old with a trust fund. Where are you? Give me a trust fund and a big pecker, and let's go.
All right,
Canadian,
okay.
American, I'm ready.
There we
Time
go.
out. Time out.
Oh, there
time
goes
out.
Travis.
I know we go on late on Sundays, but some people catch these replays in the middle of the day, and I don't want them hearing this at work. So let's get back to the comics. Steve is relatively new to the hobby. He's been collecting for now 4 months. You've been reading like crazy.
3-4 months.
It's 2 weeks we've been off now that we haven't done the shows on Sundays. Tell me what the last 2 weeks have looked like for you, sir.
It's done.
So you finished the whole MCU.
I'm ready.
Tell me.
Yeah.
All right, where do we stand with some of these
Let's see.
grades?
Last time we spoke, I was at Guardians 3. That's what I had left to watch.
Okay, not bad.
Eh,
Not great. Not bad.
I'm a huge Guardians fan, so for me, it was a great movie.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I really
There's
liked
one
it.
part I hate. There was one portion I hated, and you guys will know.
Yep. But Steve, I gotta ask you, okay? You watched
Yeah.
the MCU in its entirety after Endgame, and tell me you didn't feel like High Evolutionary was probably one of the most menacing villains since Thanos. Like, he felt like a threat, right?
Yeah, I almost felt like they weren't gonna get the job done. You know what I mean? It was
Yep.
it was
Absolutely.
well played. Well, the whole movie was well executed. I'm a huge fan of Guardians, so I'm never gonna say anything bad about it. That's for sure.
I love it. So shout out to Sam. Yeah, thank you so much, man. He definitely is a treat. But yeah, man. Okay, so Guardians.
Yeah.
I saw a question in the chat though. I have to ask you before you get to the rest of the movies. Somebody
Yes.
asked exactly what is the worst movie of the entire MCU that you cannot bear to watch again.
Love and Thunder.
Absolutely.
Absolutely Love and
It
Thunder.
goes without saying, right?
Not
I think we
even
all
a
agree.
question.
What a trash movie.
I thought it was Captain Marvel because I didn't get to Love and Thunder, but once I got to Love and Thunder, Captain Marvel ain't that bad.
No, exactly. It makes that movie look like a masterpiece.
Even the Marvels isn't that bad as Love and Thunder.
Oh
And the
my
Marvels
God,
is
Love
bad.
and Thunder was awful.
I don't know what movie. I enjoy Marvels. There's only one thing in Marvels that was the bridge too far for me, and it's the goddamn cats. And they even played memories from cats just to really.
What about
piss
the Singing
off.
Planet?
That was nothing because it's just fun and it happens and it's over.
Stupid.
Okay? Homegirl gets her fucking scarf and starts beating people's asses
Girls
with it.
started singing like nothing. I'm like, what are we watching? MCU
Their
musical
language is
now?
music.
What
It
the
is
hell's
not-
going on there,
These
bro?
are comic book movies. Their language is music. That's
I've never
funny.
heard a
I'm
comic
not.
book sing to me.
First of all, that Edge of Spider-Verse where Spiderella is introduced is
Yes.
a freaking musical book.
Good-
so
good-
let's
good
start
call.
there.
That you need
Also,
the tape. You need
Black
the record.
Black Hawk Comics back in the day came with sheet music, so you could play
Black
the
what?
theme song at home. So
What
I
was
don't want to hear this.
Wait,
about
didn't
comics
we
and
have
music.
didn't we have a book like that? I forgot which company was it. Was it Bad Idea that did something? No. Ninja Funk. Remember Ninja, Funk?
Ninja Funk.
Yeah.
Wow. All
Who
right.
did
Give
Ninja
us
Funk? That
more
was
of an
Whatnot or something?
And
Okay.
you know what's funny? I enjoyed my first sit through Love and Thunder. Like I didn't enjoy it, like oh my god, but like I like enjoyed it. And then like I always put everything on a replay test in the background, like I'll just like have it chilling and running, like and right. And Love and Thunder cannot pass the test.
No,
at all.
Even the flick?
Yeah,
You flick too hard?
That's what I heard as well, by the way, Sarah. But okay, we'll get back into all of this discussion at some point. But right now, Steve, you said that
back to Steve. Yeah, sorry.
yeah, the worst MCU. Okay, I gotta separate the married couple. The MCU's worst movie is Love and Thunder.
Yes.
Somebody in the chat also asked. Now you've gotten as far as Fantastic Four, correct? You watched
Yeah.
everything.
Mhm.
What did you think of Fantastic Four?
It's tied with Winter Soldier as my favorite.
Favorite?
damn.
That is up there.
Yeah,
Guys,
no,
it's
it's
two very
really
different movies.
Completely different movies.
Yeah.
But I like the take. I like the way the movie was made. I like the way the story was told. I think the acting was great, and there was it was the first movie I think I watched that I didn't look at my phone.
Really?
Like I put my phone down and I actually like watched the whole movie.
I will say this about Fantastic Four. It's not in my top 5 or maybe 10, but the cinematography, there is visual stunningness throughout the film. But as far as like actually enjoying the story, story-wise, I prefer Thunderbolts.
Okay, that's
Well,
fair.
out of
Thunderbolts
those
is
movies,
right up
yeah.
there.
I prefer
Thunderbolts
Thunderbolts
right
over
up there.
Fantastic Four. The only thing I felt, I don't know, I wasn't a big fan of Pedro Pascal's Reed for some reason. Especially since I've seen other Reeds before him. You know what I mean? He was doing his rendition of Reed, and I don't know, there's something like I'm trying to envision him being like best pals and being frenemies with Dr. Doom. And if it's gonna be Robert Downey Jr. Dr. Doom, I don't know how that's gonna work. I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see.
From the same universe, like there's a whole multiverse.
But still, there's got if it's anything if it's gonna even remotely touch the comic books, there has to be a relationship, regardless of what multiverses they're from.
No, right, but like I would very much enjoy and appreciate if when they collide, he's like, "This isn't the Victor I know." Like I would prefer that because like I still have negative reservations about Robert Downey Jr. being Doom, and they are more negative if you're telling me that alternate universe Iron Man is straight up Victor Von Doom. Like, I am
That's not gonna that's not gonna bother me as much, though. Honestly,
yeah, well, you know what? I mean, like, I have taste, so it's gonna bother me.
No, I think Robert Downey Jr. will kill it as the character Doctor Doom. I agree. I don't think he should be Doom, but I think he's gonna kill it as Doctor Doom because Robert Downey Jr. will just be great. The difference is it's not gonna be the same thing because we're all gonna see Tony. And that's going to be the problem.
Keep the mask on the most of the time. That would be better.
So this is the question I wanted to ask Steve next is now you've watched all the MCU movies. Have you been watching the TV shows like Loki, etc.?
Yeah, I'm in the middle of WandaVision.
Okay, so what have you watched? Yeah, what have you watched on the TV side?
Just WandaVision for now.
All right, so you must be on a you must feel like you're on an acid trip right now watching WandaVision, right?
It was confusing at first. I didn't understand what was going on, but the more the story went on, the more I started to understand, and now I get it.
Yeah,
just trying to finish it, and then I'm gonna start Loki right after.
I remember when that was dropping live, I was still doing shows with Newbie, and Newbie Comics was telling, we were doing reviews type thing, and he was puzzled. I think everybody was puzzled by like the first episode, like, okay, what is going on? And long story short, dude, as the season progressed, man, you could see what direction this was going, and it was wonderful. I thought WandaVision was very well executed.
Yeah,
can't wait to see what you're gonna think of Loki, etc. But besides the MCU and all that stuff, you've also been doing a lot of stuff on the comic side. Just in the last 2 weeks, you finally, I mean, Christmas came around. You got spoiled.
I got spoiled.
Fucking spoiled. Talk to me. Are you here to show off or what?
Well, I'm gonna see if I can pull things together, but
pull it out, baby. And I don't always say that in front of Cliff, but anyway,
it's very exciting.
Let me move things around for a second. Hold on.
Let's go. So your wife spoiled you, and I know for a fact because Steve's wife hit me up. And
taking out the box here.
There we go. This is where I'm at now.
2 boxes.
Yeah, he's official.
2 full boxes.
He hit his goal of filling a short box within a very short period of time.
Yeah, and now they're 2 full boxes.
Yeah, so tell me, as a new collector, how does it feel to lug these things around? Doesn't it suck?
Oh my god, it's so heavy. I didn't think they were going to be this heavy, let me tell you.
Wait till you get to the long boxes.
Oh, I hate long boxes.
That's the next goal.
Yeah. All right.
That's it. Yeah, just in the past weeks, I think I bought like, I'm going to say 80 books.
80 books already.
Damn.
Yeah, just the past 2 weeks.
So
like I posted
a
few on my Instagram, so if you want to see what I got, it's all posted there.
What did you get for Christmas? That's what I want to know.
Oh, Christmas, I got my first actual short box itself. And
nice.
My wife got me Ghost Machine, the book.
Salute.
She got Department of Truth #1.
Salute. Woman of Taste. Continue.
Ultimate Spider-Man #1 and 13.
Fantastic. She is.
And I got an Absolute Batman first print #1.
Oh, hey.
She must know somebody.
She knows somebody.
Somebody bought big.
Yeah.
She
did.
I got spoiled.
Yeah, and dude, I'll be honest, man. When she hit me up, she asked me for one particular book, and it was obviously Absolute Batman #1 because this is what's gotten you into the hobby. Marry this woman, bro. The guy's 3 kids in. He's married. Don't worry about it. But she hit me up and she's like, yeah, like first off, I bumped into her at the movie theaters, right? While I was with my kids and my wife, and your wife was there with your kids, your nieces, and your nephews, and we were having the discussion back and forth, and she's like, he really wants this one book, and I knew which one it was. It was Absolute Batman. So she hits me up, and I'm like, but hang tight, bro. I start going through my collection. I'm like, Ghost Machine, Department of Truth. I start pulling everything. I'm like, this is all Steve. Please, just give this to him. And she's like, you sure? I'm like, just do it. And that was it, man. That was the conversation. And I'm so happy you were happy because
oh my God, I appreciate everything. For sure.
These are all books I know you've since you've started, jumping into the hobby. These have been all of your reads, man, and I think these are great reads. One thing I like doing, especially when we have guests on, every week it's new guests, right? And now you have Izzy and Cliff, although they almost never agree on anything. when they're together. But
that is, I don't know, maybe.
maybe we're gonna go around the horn. You've read, right? How much have you read within the last 2 weeks?
In the last 2 weeks,
Yeah.
not much.
Okay, that's fair. It's holidays,
Not
bro.
much.
I expect you to be more drunk than reading, to be honest with you. But
And I was.
then mission accomplished. Mission
Yeah.
accomplished. But I'm gonna ask. We're gonna go around the horn. Cliff and Izzy, is there anything you would recommend that he reads?
I would have to first say.
I already did recommendations before. What is your taste developed into?
Well, that's the next. That was the question I was gonna ask. What are you looking for?
Where is your taste taking you?
Well, oh yeah, sorry. There's another book she got me that you gave her. The Nice House on the Lake. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that I want to start reading for sure.
Okay.
Fair.
Are you
I want
enjoying,
stuff like that. I love
Sounds
that
like
stuff.
a tiding.
Are you enjoying any superhero sci-fi, or are you just liking weird, diverse social commentary?
Honestly, I haven't found myself a preference yet, but I'm gonna say it's like
All right.
the past 2 weeks I read the entirety of Ultimate Spider-Man, and I went in not being a Spider-Man fan at all, and now I'm a Spider-Man fan. I know it's not the right way to be a Spider-Man fan, but
I think it's a great way to be a Spider-Man fan.
Agreed.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Agreed.
All right.
It's the Spider-Man we've been wanting for a long time. So yeah.
I'm going to go some different directions here.
Okay.
First, I'm going to pick something modern for you, and I'm going to pick Absolute Wonder Woman because that's my absolute favorite of the absolute titles.
I already read it.
And you enjoy it?
Yes.
Okay. Next, I'm going to pick James Robinson's Starman.
Fair.
Because
Wow.
I feel
that's good. I'll give him that.
James Robinson's Starman is such an amazing story about family, legacy, superheroism, the golden age, the modern era, all the things, right? So I'm going to recommend James Robinson's Starman. And then,
That's not a book.
No.
It might be.
Alan Moore's Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing, yes, absolutely the must.
Swamp Thing. Those are my recommendations for you. And there we go.
Beautiful.
Done. Izzy.
All right. So I'm gonna go a little different. I agree with Cliff on most of those books. I don't have a problem with any of them. But if I'm gonna read anything, and I recommend this to everybody who's a newbie, right? These are the books I recommend. If you like the MCU, any type of MCU, you got to go into what kind of kicked it all off, and that's Infinity Gauntlet.
Yes.
You go with Infinity Gauntlet. You get to read the real story behind what this story was.
Yeah.
Right. And then you're gonna note that it's gonna be very, very different. Right.
Izzy, if I could piggyback, I would also throw in Civil War.
Yeah, I was gonna go towards that one. Civil War is another good one because that talks about the whole Sokovia Accords and things like that. So yeah, that's a Lando pick, but I'll add that to it. But going to the DC side, the story that most people never talk about but should be talking so much more about is Identity Crisis.
Yes.
That is the book I tell any newbie you got to read because this is superheroes done right, but done in a way that it's still like it feels. This could be done. This could be a movie. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if anything, they could turn this into a movie, do that kind of stuff. Crisis on Infinite Earths, I like it a lot. The only issue with it, I think you could get confused really quick with it because there's a lot going on. But it is the whole multiverse thing. So if you like multiverse stuff, that's great.
Yeah.
So I'll pick, Identity Crisis, Infinity Gauntlet, Lethero said Civil War. Kingdom Come. You can't go wrong with that. Yeah, Thanos Quest comes before Infinity Gauntlet. You got that, Michael. Yeah. Kingdom Come, absolutely, definitely worth trying out, reading that one. You'll love that stuff. And
my God, Dan, don't you dare tell me I don't appreciate Silver and Bronze Age. I'm up here getting freaking Defenders and Marvel Team Up and Marvel 2-in-1. That's freaking Ultron freaking first appearance in that book over here.
Relax. Relax, bro. Take it easy.
All right. You see that book there?
Mira,
Right there?
cálmate, hermano.
Find out that the original
look when you start. There, thank you so much.
is the body for freaking Vision. Okay? All right? I was like, but these youngins, they need to be like slow road into it. So I have to go with things that are a little more modern. And yes, you did trigger me again. And it's a perfect book to bring them in to older tales.
Are you gonna let me talk? Let me talk, man. I came here to give Steve.
I love doing these Sunday shows with you guys because it's fucking unfiltered. Let's go, baby.
All right, and then finally, you want to know what we loved when we were kids? We love X-Men, Days of Future Past, two issues, right? And then you really want to go with really good long-term storytelling. Read the Phoenix Saga. There's two parts to it. There's the regular Phoenix Saga. And then there's the Dark Phoenix Saga, but they go together, and you get to see the Scott Summers, the Cyclops. We all love, and at the same time, we hate him too because he's a jerk at the end when it's all said and done.
Absolutely.
But is he a jerk at the end? Because he leaves.
What he did to Madeline Pry was kind of messed up.
No, but that's not the Dark Phoenix Saga.
No, I know that's after. That's the afterwards. That's the after.
No. Through Phoenix Saga and Dark Phoenix, you love Scott. Scott is
you love Scott. You love the whole thing, but then after that, I don't know what happened. It was Dunburn
we get introduced to Madeline and all that other shit, and then he's a bad man at that point.
But if you really want to go into it, those are the stories I would say. These are all iconic stories. They're fantastic. They're great stuff. As far as new stuff goes, I was a huge fan of Predator versus Spider-Man.
It was fun. It was fun
as hell, man. In fact, all the Predator stories, because it was like Benjamin Percy, who did the writing on all of them. He was like, what can I do to make Predator such a badass in the Marvel universe? I know. I'm going to have him fight everybody.
I want to be fair. None of them were as good as Predator versus Spider-Man. That one,
that was the best one.
You know what, man? I have so much that I want to recommend that Steve reads as well. But you guys loaded him with some great stuff tonight, man. And you know what? The chat also is coming in with fire, man. You've got Astonishing X-Men that's dropping in. Kingdom Come is a must, man. I really hope you have the opportunity to read that at some point. Try to make it a priority. Got Chad recommending that you read Watchmen and Dark Knight. Both very big reads.
Dark Knight is you can't go wrong with Dark Knight.
Thanks Watchmen to Pacino, I have them.
Watchmen to me is one of those. It's like you got to really sit down and read it, because it's like, especially if you love comic books, you'll love Watchmen. But if you're new to comic books, it's definitely a good book to read when you don't have to be tied into story, but you're still tied into lore.
Yeah,
with Watchmen, you know what I mean.
Although
that's what Watchmen's all about, lore.
Although I
don't feel like Watchmen is a strong introductory read. The only thing strong about Watchmen, A, it's self-contained, and B, it's proof that comic books can be greater literature than just funny books.
Of course,
it's also proof that superhero comics can be. Because that was the whole thing with it. Because beforehand we had Swamp Thing and all the other stuff.
Watchmen does a dissection of the superhero, and that's why I feel like overall it's not the best.
It's not a good starting book.
I just want to point out that this is one of my favorite names on this entire chat. The Hard Nips Gizzardo is so good. It's so good. Don't ever change it.
Am I gonna see you at Nevada Swingers 2026? Let me know.
But yeah, there's so much more. Michael Baker mentioning Thanos Quest 1 and 2, although I've been scarred by that by a certain somebody, Jim Starlin himself. Yeah, definitely got to put that on the list. Cliff, you were there to witness that. But Steve, so much good stuff. I had the opportunity to actually hang out with you a bit this afternoon. You came to my house. You actually came into this room and you said it was a lot deeper. You thought it was a lot deeper based on what you see on screen, and I have like 9 jokes made ready for that. But
I've had those problems.
There you go. But
I'm like, it's not the TARDIS, baby. It's not the TARDIS.
But yeah, man, he did see the entire tower of comics that might fall on me at some point. But yeah, man, dude, it was awesome to kick it with you. Always awesome to kick with you every Sunday. You're more than welcome to stay on if you want. But it is time we get into the market. Izzy, do you want to stick on for the rest of the show?
Oh yeah, it's market talk. You know, I love talking about the market.
So Cliff, Izzy, Steve, you staying?
You want me
Oh
in?
no,
I'm in.
you don't get to ask. No. Yo, you don't ask them. You ask me. All right. I'm still the birthday bitch tonight.
Oh God.
All right. Well, with that, I gotta ask, Izzy, Steve, you ready?
Motherfucker, we're ready, guys.
We're crashing Cliff's birthday. That's what we're doing, man.
Look at all those symbols.
I love it. But yes, guys, it's time for the market report. Of course, we're looking at all lists across the board when we talk lists. Well, of course, we're talking House of Stein, CBSI, Key Collector, Cover Price, looking at sales, whether it be Go Collect, eBay. But most importantly, Michael Baker, big supporter of the show, man. He hits me up every single day to let me know about books that are selling on the aftermarket. So we've named a portion of this show the Baker Shakers in his honor. That's right. So with that being said, I will tell you guys that Cover Price did not have a Shaker show last week. So with that, there were a lot of books to talk about, and I checked out the website daily to see what was selling. So you might see a lot more of the Cover Price Daily Shakers than the norm. So let's kick it off with the first book. First one we've got is a Baker Shaker. Yes, we got this sensuous streaker, number 1. It is Cliff's birthday. Very fitting for this one. 1974 is where we're headed back to, and this one by Marvel Comics. Tell me that alone does not surprise you. There's only 3 copies of this on the census, and of all 3 grades, you have an 8.5, you have a 9.0, and a 9.2. CGC 8.5 of this wonderful ass sold for $179 US. Baker Shaker this week. I had no idea Marvel even put out.
Wait, was this under the Epic? No, this is 74, so this is way before Epic.
Yeah, dude, I had no idea this even existed at all.
Wow. Until I saw it earlier today. I was like, oh, snap. Where'd this come from?
Yeah. Yeah, man. I feel like this is a book that you have in your collection, Cliff. Don't lie.
Maybe got back, though.
Right?
I've never heard of it. I know it's part of Curtis Magazines, which was an imprint of Marvel, and therefore I guess how they got away with this.
I felt like if we had to kick off this list for 2026, there's no better way than a little bit
and there's only one issue of this. One issue.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, this probably got canceled quick.
Guys, like I said, I had no idea this existed, but what's even more impressive is there's 3 copies on the census. I had no idea that anybody would even send this to CGC. When I saw this, Michael Baker hit me up. I'm like, for the ass alone, this is making the list. Like, I don't even care. And the fact that it's Marvel, I had no idea Marvel did this. Like, we need to talk about this. This is wild. Absolutely wild. Did you guys know?
Marvel had guts at one time, did they?
I guess so.
Well, it was an imprint, so I felt like they could get away with it.
Well, even their Max series were never really like that, though. Max, Epic.
Their Max series were wildly violent. Let's be clear.
Violent, yes. Violent, yes. But as far as like sexual, not
they
really.
Were a little sexual. I mean, look,
you get a little TNA here and there, but nothing crazy.
Fucking Jessica Jones in the ass. Let's not forget that.
But it's a little TNA, but nothing too overly. This is a human being's booty.
Yo, Derek. So yeah, Cliff, is she wearing New Balance? Like, what's going on over
I was thinking the same thing.
Again, notice how this girl is wearing something comfortable to run through the street naked.
She had to wear a hat. She had to wear a hat just to make sure that she was fully clothed.
Yeah.
Nice socks.
Absolutely amazing. I'm taking out the logo because I don't want it covering anybody or the.
I feel like I need to write a comic book called Speed Coochie. I feel like that I need to.
But anyways, guys, yes, this is a book that does exist out there. So if you see this, I
want to know who this person is in real life. Like, who is the streaker?
Well, I don't think she looks the same. If that's what
Oh
you're
no, this is
implying.
1974. I'm sure she doesn't look the same.
Nah, dude, I don't think so. But yes, Sensuous Streaker number 1, 1974, Marvel Comics. There's only 3 of these on the census. CGC 8.5, $179. Steve, you're a little too quiet when it comes to this book. Are you enjoying it?
It's cool. I don't know
She's
what to say
probably
about this.
running.
I don't know.
She-
Yeah, sure.
She probably has an oxygen tank now while she's running.
I heard a noise. I heard a noise hit his desk, bro. I just hope it was his fists. But anyways, moving on from this one, man. Guys, Ultimate Spider-Man 24. That's right. This book hasn't even come out yet, but we're seeing some pre-sales happening on the aftermarket. 2026. That's right. The first sale for this one is the 1 in 500 ratio cover by Marco Chiquetto. Apparently, that's the way we pronounce it. It's Chiquetto. This one being a pre-sale, raw copy, $380 US. Cover price daily shaker. Highest sale recorded to date. And do we think this has room to grow? That is a question to be asked because we know that this is the final issue, sadly, of Ultimate Spider-Man.
Stupidly, actually, not sadly. Stupidly.
Yeah. Stupidly.
Of this, and I say of this volume. Because just because the maker is coming doesn't mean that the Ultimate Universe is just done with.
That's not what they said in New York Comic Con.
I know what they said in New York Comic Con, but saying one thing and meaning another is one of their favorite things to do because they like money.
But do they
But
care?
Again, I also have other opinions on the matter that are probably not best shared here.
This is one of those covers that I think, a 1 in 500 ratio is gonna be hard. So we're gonna have a very low print run on this because most people don't spend that. Most shops don't get more than even 100 copies, like 25, 50. You know what I mean? So only really the big shops are the ones that are going to get these. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, this is gonna have an extremely low print run. Dare I say less than 1,000? And it's actually a really good cover. It's a nice cover. It's different than what you normally see Spider-Man like.
It's awesome.
So I think this is the price point of this book. I'm just curious to see, when we're going to see the slab version.
I love that the conversation in the chat is still happening regarding the streaking book. But yeah, dude, I agree. I agree with Izzy. I don't see many shops hitting 500 copies. We'll see, man. But on a pre-sale already, $380. This book isn't even slated to hit till like February. So I mean, we're still over a month's time now. I think it's like mid-February or something that this is going to be
online
dropping.
Retailers probably will pick it up because they do that kind of stuff all the time.
Yep.
So,
exactly.
And if they're the ones picking it up, they're the ones that are going to be selling it for high prices.
Bingo. So we'll see how this does. But Ultimate Spider-Man 24, the 1 in 500 ratio, on a pre-sale, hitting $380 on a raw copy. Steve has been loving the Ultimate Spider-Man stuff. Are you sad to see this end?
Yeah, but I have a feeling it won't. So I don't know. I'm just gonna keep my hopes up.
Yeah, let's see how this spirals, and
I believe our Peter will be gone.
Yeah. We'll see, man. We'll see. But moving on from this one, guys, we've got the Punisher number 1. This one takes us back to 2011. It's actually a 1 in 25 ratio by Neil Adams, man. There's only 13 of these on the CGC census in 9.8s, and a 9.8 sold for $520, man. Cover price daily shaker, highest sale recorded to date. I absolutely love Neil Adams. Every time I see a Neil Adams book, I can't help but want to talk about it because I had the opportunity to speak to him and meet him before his passing. And what a gem, dude. What a gem. I love seeing such covers as this one here, man, because you don't see these too often.
Mm-hmm. I'm waiting for Cliff to say something. He's still looking at the bullets.
Yeah, he is.
No, I'm not, it's fine. I mean, those look like lightsaber bullets for some reason, but I mean, like, it's cool.
The bullets are like they look like lasers, don't they?
Yeah.
Don't really look like, but Neil Adams rarely done a Punisher. I can't think of a time Neil Adams did a Punisher. So this is special in that way. The only thing I have to say, it's not generally a good book. But that's not why we're talking about it here. It It's a Neil Adams, yes, but if you didn't tell me it was a Neil Adams, I wouldn't have been able to pick it out.
Right?
So the coloring kind of diffuses the art a little bit. I'm not saying the coloring's bad. I'm just saying it's diffusing that it's a Neil Adams. You know what I mean? It doesn't pop Neil Adams in my mind.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that one. Like when you think Neil Adams, obviously you're thinking that, you know, Batman, Joker stuff. You're thinking Spider-Man. You're thinking so many amazing covers that he's done throughout time. This doesn't feel like a Neil Adams cover at all.
No, I think the coloring work kind of hurt it. To be honest with you,
could be.
Oh, I like the darkness. I feel like it's dark and it looks good. It matches what it's
looks
supposed to
good,
do.
but it doesn't feel Neil Adams. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like it looks fine, but it looks like someone else drew it.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. But regardless, Punisher #1, the Neil Adams 1-in-25 ratio, CGC 98, $520. High sale recorded to date. Not too shabby. But let's get into my territory. Sonic the Hedgehog. Yes, issue 11. We go to 2018 with this one. Regular cover. This is the regular, not a ratio. It's not a Natalie Fordrain. No, this is the John Gray regular cover. There's only 4 of these on the 9.8 census right there. CGC 98 for this one, $330. I actually saw this recently for sale in one of our chats, which was the Discord. I just might grab it, bro. I just might grab it because it was pretty cheap compared to this $330. Crazy, eh? What these Sonic books do on the aftermarket.
I didn't think they'd be this popular, to be honest.
Sonic is huge, man. There is such a fan base for Sonic, especially in the comic market. There's a lot of people out there that absolutely love getting these books. It has its own niche audience and things like that. My daughter was watching Sonic 3 yesterday. I was just sitting down watching it. It was pretty epic. It's actually pretty epic.
Yeah.
And this has all those characters in it. So I think this cover is very cool looking. It's a nice cover. I'm like most people in this room. I'm not a big Sonic guy as far as, you know, I have to jump on it, but I could see why people want this.
Yeah, it's wild, dude. And like these earlier issues, man, they get a lot of love on the aftermarket. Of course, the ratios get more of the love when it comes to those Natalie Fordrains, etc. But this issue 11, man, there's only 4 9/8 on the census. And I wonder if it's one of those cases where there's just not so many people that are sending this to CGC because it's not a key issue. There's not much happening within this one where it's going to drive people up the wall. But still, just the same, it's getting love. And as you can see, somebody was willing to spend $330 on the on eBay or whatever it was to pick this one up because, guys, that's what
chances are it might not be a comic book collector.
Maybe not. You might be right, man. And that is something
just be a Sonic lover.
Yeah. And that's usually what drives market prices up in some cases.
Yeah, I'm with Ronin Jedi, by the way. The current Sonic.
I don't always want it to be a random douche, you know. Like sometimes I just, I always want it to be people who love comics.
It would make sense. But speaking loving comics, check this out because people are loving the new Absolute Batman, Cliff. Whether you love it or not, the Absolute Joker stuff has driven people going, you know, absolutely crazy. And when it comes to the,
it's about time that Spider-Man and Batman both have villains passionate about tonguing their assholes. And I'm so glad that they've done it for Batman. We've got Venom and Absolute Joker, you know, and the rim job.
But hang tight. Chris, hang tight. Cliff, hang tight because Absolute Batman, when it comes to the Felix comic art stuff, we've seen some previous issues as well hit some crazy numbers on the aftermarket. But this week, man, Baker Shaker for this one, Absolute Batman 15. This one sold out within like a minute, and I had so many people.
Did it? But you get what I'm saying when I say did it.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
An abomination. I love.
I know what you mean, man. You're wondering were these pulled, right? It's like did somebody like say fuck that? I'm selling it on the aftermarket. Could be, but regardless of the fact, I had so many people in our Discord chat who were saying that they had this in their cart and within a minute as they were checking out, gone. They didn't even get to check out because it was immediately wiped off of the site. Absolute Batman 15, the Felix Comics design variant, which is obviously the sketch variant, as you can see.
By the way, notice the note in the middle human form is DCU Bruce. Like Absolute Batman is outrageous. The way that they totally made Absolute Joker into like Bruce Wayne, the cave and everything, hilarious to me. And in Absolute Evil, the fact that he thinks he's one of the good guys, we got to form a Justice League. Like, I think, it is just like the best satire ever.
But hang tight, because this is limited to 1,000 copies and a CGC 9.8 on a pre-sale. This is a pre-sale. Somebody that wanted to lock down a 9.8 didn't care what it was going to cost, because they spent $900 on a CGC 9.8. That is huge coin, man. And when I saw this, I was like, what is going on?
Okay, yeah, that's someone who just wants to spend $900 on a book that says Absolute Batman. I'm sorry. My honest opinion is, when it comes to Felix Art Comics, I take it with a grain of salt right now because of all that's happening within it. I'm not denying that the absolute Batmans don't have the value that they're worth. Obviously, they do have value, and I do believe they do. But when it comes to something like this, specifically, we're saying limited to 1,000, sold out within a minute. They've had issues in the past when it comes to botting, and they look like they don't fix that problem. So $900 is very, very steep for a book like this.
I agree, man. And I love seeing what people compare this to, right? Like, if you had $900, they would say that you can get an X-Men 101 in a 9.0 for $900, which is pretty accurate, right? So
I think for us, it's fine, though. Like, for us, that's how we think. We think you could get an X-Men 101
all the time.
You could get a low grade, a low grade Silver Age, or even a Golden Age. Like, the way we think this way. There are modern age fans, and they're out there. I know a few of them, right? There are people that they love the variants, they love this kind of stuff, and I think that there's a group that are like that. However, I do also believe that is misguided in that way. A book of this magnitude, yes, it's 1,000 copies. That's limited. Of course, it's 1,000, right? But $900 at a 9.8 for a book like this, where we don't know what's its longevity come 5 years.
Yeah, it's wild, dude.
You know what I mean? That's risk taking. That's high risk.
But this isn't the first one, man. When it comes to these Felix Comics exclusives, dude, they've all been doing some crazy numbers on the aftermarket.
They have.
Can I just say, there are multiple of these for pre-sale for $390 or $399 on eBay. So if y'all are obsessed with getting one, bitch, make it roll now. They're there. They're waiting.
Yeah. Shout out to Brian McClay. I see him in the chat, man.
It's an outlier.
It's
an outlier.
Yeah, I see. I appreciate you swinging by, man. Caught the show last night. Great show as always. So always appreciate you. But yeah, man, on the aftermarket, this book is going crazy. CGC 9.8, $900.
I don't think it'll go any higher than that.
Dude, I'm seeing raw copies between the 300 to 400 mark already.
Yeah, I can see
so
that.
Ridiculous.
Again, that's raw. That's raw. But anyways, let's move on from Absolute Batman, because we've got the Incredible Hulk issue 347.
Now we're talking.
Now we go back to 1988 with this one, man. We've got a newsstand for this one, which is crazy to see, because the CGC 9.8 selling way above the direct copy edition. You got CGC 9.8 and Newsy selling at $646. Cover price daily shaker. Highest sale recorded to date so far when it comes to these newsstand copies of this one. And wow, man, what a huge jump from a direct to a Newsy.
Cliff, I'll let you speak up on this one.
I mean, this is peak newsstand era, so like maybe it's just hard. I mean, it's near impossible. Back in the day when I used to hit
no, dude, there were more Newsies at this point than
in '88. There was plenty of Newsies.
Yeah,
I didn't say that.
Okay,
or if that's what it sounded like, that's not what I meant.
Okay,
I meant it was so hard to find a decent copy on news racks. All news racks where I lived were grocery stores, pharmacies, and the gas stations,
and actual newsstands.
Right. Well, no, you had newsstands. I didn't live in the city. Like, so they were. I was gonna say, I think newsstand in the city was usually better, because like those dudes were like, "Don't touch my shit," you know. So like, But like where I lived, it was like everything was jacked up. If you weren't there the day it came out of the wrapper, it was jacked up, you know?
Yeah.
So so that's my thought on this.
But this one is selling because of Spider-Man hype right now.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
So brand new day. Well, yeah, it's brand new day. Brand new day is coming up. Everybody's talking that it's Joe Fixit. We haven't heard much about there's like little peaks that we're getting a Joe Fixit type character because he's gray. So I could understand that. This is another one of those situations that if you bought this book raw, you could probably pick it up for $20, man.
Yeah, exactly. And especially in a direct, dude, like you're looking at direct sales, and like I'm speaking Canadian numbers now. Like you can pick up a 9.8 Canadian for under $200, man. So like it's crazy to see the jump, but beyond Brian McClay is saying that it's not true. Post 85 newsletter are more rare, which is the case. So like I said, when you go from 85 and on, obviously it gets a lot more rare. When you get closer to the 2000s, obviously that is probably
I would say between I would say somewhere around 96 upwards. That's when it becomes really rare. So newsstands, a lot of it was very 50-50s. In the late 80s, that's when we started to see the inclusion of more direct market. Direct market was there. It was out there. There were shops. There were LCSs out there, and that's why we're seeing that, you know, direct versus newsstands. But newsstands still exist, and there's a lot more news. There's a lot more newsstands. It's like Cliff was saying, it's conditioning. That's the important part. With a newsstand, the conditioning is hit or miss because it's all dependent on how that newsstand front took care of it. Like I would know, you would go to like a Barnes and Noble, or remember Borders Books, and those places, they would have comic books and they were just tossed. You know what I mean? No one cared. And that's why in the case of newsstands, they're still a little rare. It's rare only in high grade.
Yeah, especially at 9.8, dude. Like it's almost
in
impossible.
High grade, it becomes rare.
Yeah, and again, like I said, talking Canadian numbers, you're looking at 200 example on a direct, right? In a CGC 9.8, whereas you get the newsstand, you can see 646 US, man. A huge difference in between the two, with the reasons that we just mentioned right now with Izzy. Yeah. But yeah, man. So moving on from this, I want to show you guys something else. We go to Fantastic Four First Steps, issue number 1. I believe Big Clutch was also in on this one, but we go to 2025 San Diego Comic-Con Red Carpet Edition. This one being limited to 300 copies. It's a Phil Noto cover, raw near mint plus copy, selling at $450, man. That is a Cover Price Daily Shaker highest sale recorded to date, and very impressive numbers for this one, man. San Diego Comic-Con goes without saying, one of the best cons out there in the world, and maybe not if you're a comic collector, but I mean, it is the biggest, whether you want to admit that or not. And when it comes to this particular book, man, on the aftermarket, even after so many months since San Diego Comic-Con, dude, raw near mint plus, $450, some big coin right there for this. Raw, this is not graded.
It's a nice book, I'll tell you that.
This one I get. This one I understand. This one has, to me, I think out of all the books we see, I think this is the one that actually has the most value. One, it's a San Diego exclusive. 2, it's 300. 3, it's the Fantastic Four, the movie characters. So you have some potential there for future signatures if you ever want that. This one I understand.
Yeah, same, dude. Yeah,
I can't justify spending that much money on a book.
Oh,
stop it.
I can't.
But listen, Steve, are you with me? If you were going to spend that much money on a book, do you want a limited 2025 book, or do you want a goddamn classic?
Oh, honestly, I want something that I'm going to enjoy. It doesn't matter when it was made. I still won't justify spending that much money.
I will stand alone, in my opinion.
I think it's awesome, man. And, of course, not many people get to go to these conventions. And that's one thing you guys need to factor is, yes, these aftermarket prices might seem whack to you. But at the same time, let me break it down for you very quick, man. If I wanted, as a Canadian, to send my ass to San Diego Comic-Con, it's a minimum of like $1,200 on a flight. You know what I mean? So like $450 ain't too shabby when you start looking at it at it from that perspective. If you really wanted this book. Now, this was limited to 300 copies. As I said, I believe Big Clutch was also on this one. Brian is actually in the chat, man, so maybe he could confirm that. But yeah, man, 300 copies for this one.
But just imagine, I'm sorry to cut you off there. Just imagine if you get this book signed by the entire cast of Fantastic Four.
Okay, and how are one of us going to do that? And
I'm not saying one of us. I'm saying an owner of this book could get this book for that reason.
Yes, and if that person makes more than 6 figures a year, they're going to do great. And you know what? And I hope that Dr. Kamar is going to do that with this book. My ass ain't going to do it. I live in the world that I live in. You know,
but it's one of those. But this is the difference that I look at with this one in comparison to the other ones that we talked about. I think this one has that value potential. I'm not saying it has that value potential for me. Yeah. I'm saying it has that value.
No, dude, I think
there is a group for this one.
Yeah, for sure, man. And
yeah,
you know
an elite group.
Yeah, especially when
it could be elite.
Yeah, but still crazy to see what this is doing on the aftermarket, even after the fact, man. Fantastic Four first steps number 1, Ron Year Mint Plus, $450. Moving on, we go to Pop Kill, Will Jack. I know Cliff really loves Will Jack.
This is definitely a Cliffy.
Yeah, man. Pop Kill number 1, 2025, Will Jack Web Store ribbon medal here for this one, limited to 75 copies. Ron Year Mint, $280. Cover price daily shaker, highest sale recorded to date. Breast cover for sure on tonight's list. I know we saw some ass, but we got to bring some titties because
it's clearly the gift y'all want to unwrap.
Hell yeah, man. That's what
I'll retract my statement.
Up.
What do you retract, Steve? What do you retract?
I'll spend $280 USD for this.
Yeah, dude, it's awesome, man. You know what? Will Jack, dude, he hopped on the Cover Price channel and he was talking with Matt and John. And you know, Cliff, I saw you were active in the chat as well, man. And it was very interesting to see how he comes about, you know, making these covers, etc. for just in general, dude. All of his covers. I don't know if you saw, he had that Wonder Woman that was right behind him, the canvas, dude. It was so sick, man. And it's taken, you know, it takes him like 2-3 weeks to put these together. And this one here, limited to 75 copies. I'm not surprised to see the selling at $280 and around your mint on the aftermarket. This is a sick cover, dude.
It is definitely a cover.
Okay, all I gotta say to Will Jack is number 1, call me, but number 2, like where are my dudes? Okay, where are my dudes? Just makes it like there's literally some dudes in Pop Kill that like could get a cover. Like
they have the okay. So can they move past Pop Kill 1? Can we just get the other Pop Kills to get some covers loves as much as Pop Kill number 1? Is this like the 30th printing of Pop Kill number 1?
You know what? We are at that point. I am going to be honest with you. I've seen that a lot, man, when it comes to Pop Kill. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if even when we get to New York Comic Con 2026, we're still
doing Pop Kill number 1.
I wouldn't be surprised, bro. I wouldn't be surprised. But still, man, I think Will Jack crushed this cover, man. It's awesome. And Will Jack is a great person, man. I wish him all the success in the world as well because he's doing some great work. And I think he totally deserves it, man. I was talking about EOM a little earlier in the show when we were talking FOC, man. EOM bringing the fire. So many great artists, bro. Dan Mora, everyone was crushing it in 2025. Will Jack had an amazing year. I think he's only going to continue to kick some ass, man. And
yeah, Will Jack's year started with that Vampirella a year ago.
Yeah, dude, I can't wait to see what else he's
got. Once that Vampirella went out, everybody took notice of Will Jack's art.
Hands down, dude. You're talking the New York Comic Con one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, that one crushed it. But anyways, Pop Kill number 1, Ron Year Mint for this one, $280. Moving on. Yo, Spawn 77. Now, I got mine over here, man. It's
I got mine right over there.
I know Izzy has his. He talked all about it when he got it.
I picked mine up at GameStop, to be honest with you, man. They had some there, and it's weird because the website said it was for pre-sale, but it was on the shelf. So I'm like, fuck that. I'm taking that. Spawn 77, 2025, Mark Spears cover for the upcoming Spawn 77 series that's going to be coming out. McFarlane Toys action figure. Here, now you got the action figure, and this came with the book inside. Of course, you know, McFarlane does that very often. We have the McFarlane statues, etc., which ironically I just picked one up over Boxing Day. But black and white cover, because there's a black and white one out there as well, man, which I picked up. CGC 8.0, guys, $280. This ain't no 9.8, 9.6. No, this is an 8.0 selling at $280. Cover price daily shaker. I have yet to open mine up. Have you opened yours?
Nope.
So I'm gonna open mine up because I am gonna send it in for grading. I would love to get this signed by Todd and Mark himself. Mark sent me some very interesting things, man, which I love. I can't wait to send those to CGC, dude. But in an 8.0, man, $280, that's some good coin. But again, I'm holding off because I want to get this signed. I got this in the regular cover and the black and white, but I want to see what this book entails. What's within this book that comes with the toy? Does it include some of the story? Is this going to be considered more or less the actual first appearance? I have no idea, dude. So I got to pop this open.
At this point, Spawn 77 is coming out the same time Spawn the movie's coming out. We're just keep waiting and waiting, man. But
yo, Brian, did you? Okay, so I know you obviously you got some insides here when it comes to that, but Spawn 77, I don't know if you had the opportunity to pick up the McFarlane toy, because I'm about to crack one open, man. I want to check it out, but yeah, if I don't know if they show any of this the actual book on the inside of this.
Yeah,
I think I'm just gonna crack it open.
Hey,
you guys talk about it. I'm gonna go get it because I'm gonna crack it open.
It's your book, man.
Do it.
Yeah, you guys take it away. Talk about this just a bit, and I'm going to get the book. Give me a second.
It's Spawn. It's not. So first of all, I think we have a typo. It's Spawn 77. It's not issue 77.
Yeah, whatever.
Right. The one thing that got me wondering is the 8.0. So with the 8.0, that means there's no higher condition of this book. 8.0 is not good for a modern age comic book, but for an 8.0 to go for 280, is it because the black and white cover is that rare? You know what I mean? What do you guys say, Cliff? Since he's busy trying to get something.
No. First of all, this is CGC 8.0. You know, I bet it's pretty hard to get a decent copy of either of the comics out of that toy.
Yeah. But even so, would it be an 8.0?
Yeah, dude. Like that packaging is like really
it's
like
tight.
Uncomfortably airtight. Like what kind of master freaking chief do you got?
The same guy who did the Ultimate Universe bag.
What kind of cutlery do you have? Like what kind of equipment do you have to unlodge that comic book right now? Like
so hold up. Just so you guys know, man, because yes, there's this one here that's out there. I'm sure you guys could check this out. But man, these fucking McFarlane toys are so badass. And then after you get the comic on the back, and I get what you're talking about, Cliff, how it's like super tight because you can see the corners, man. I don't know if you guys see it there. Hold on,
it's airtight.
Yeah, dude, it is super tight.
Tighter than my 18-year-old butthole. I mean, my God.
Jesus Christ. But anyways, moving on from that, dude, we've got the actual. This is the other one, man, where you get the.
Yeah, that's the other one.
Yeah, the regular Spawn, and this is the one that comes with the black and white.
I didn't know that. I would have gotten that one too.
Wait, turn it. Let me see the toy.
That's what I'm talking about. It's Spawn, dude. It's just regular Spawn.
But is it in black? Okay, perfect. Okay.
Okay, so someone
the toy's not black.
The toy.
Wasted.
So they cracked open the toy and sent it out and got an 8.0 and then sold it for 280.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
That has got to be one of the best flipping I've seen all year.
Fuck that, dude.
You know, we're only 4 days into the year.
But even at that coin, bro, I would not send it in right now, just because I want to save this for like. Look, I spoke with Mark, and he was saying some things about conventions. Obviously, they're gonna hype this. You know what I mean? There's gonna be a whole campaign for this, and I would much rather bump into him and Todd to get this signed before sending this off to CGC. That's just me.
How about I would send the toy to CGC for grading during a signing, and just get the whole thing signed by Todd and graded? Do they do toys?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just do that.
Wait, hold on. Are you talking about CGC doing toys?
Yeah,
What
don't
if
they?
PSA would do
No.
it? What in PSA?
No, I don't think they do toys, dude.
Would
I've not
PSA
seen
do
them.
it? It's a
I have no
PSA
idea.
thing.
I don't even want to imagine a case with toys like this, bro. That's just thick as fuck.
That's
now
what I
the,
say.
the
That's what I say.
sale, was it just the book that sold
It
or
was just
with
the book.
toy?
Just
Okay.
the book.
That's the book solo. So the person opened it up, send it out as is. Probably they didn't. Probably I can't imagine if they pressed it or anything like that.
I don't think
It's
so.
still
Not at,
8.0 is, man. That's beat up
yeah,
for
no.
modern.
But that's what I'm saying, man.
Right,
Especially,
I'm saying, look at the freaking toy packaging. Like, how are you getting out of there?
Even
Like,
so, man, 8.0, maybe 9, the lowest, I'll say.
yo,
nah,
hold up.
like
hold up.
I think you're being like too. When's the last
Generous?
time you ever freed a comic from a toy?
Well, I don't free comics from toys.
I actually,
that's what I'm saying. It
Bro.
ain't the only ones who did it right. Remember the Marvel Legends?
Yeah.
With those 3 friends, they did it right. You pulled your toy out, and then you could get the comic, and it was all good.
It was like
So
almost in a
those
separate packaging.
all
yeah,
right.
basically had separate packaging, but this also looks like it kind of has separate packaging, but it shares the plastic.
It's
a whole
tight.
thing.
It's tight. I'll admit to that. Looking at it, it's tight.
Brian, I'm sending you the link. If you want to hop on, you're more than welcome. If you want to hang out after the show, you're also more than welcome. Totally your call. Discord, sure. I'm down for whatever, bro, anytime. But Spawn 77, the comic itself separated from the toy. CGC 8.0, $280. Kind of like what Izzy was saying. These things are kind of like super sealed tight. Some damages in the corners. You might see some spine stress, etc. So all of that to say, I'm holding off, bro. I'm gonna pull this out, and I'm hopefully gonna get it signed, man. But really,
I could see the damaging happening if the book is super thin. So you know how some of these comic book toys that have a comic book inside of it. Well, comic books inside the toy packaging. If it's like 10 pages or something like that, I could see how it could get damaged that quickly, right?
for sure.
The lesser pages, the more likelihood it could get more ticks.
For sure. But anyways, andale, bro. We've got a lot more to talk about. So let's move it forward.
8.0, man. Ooh.
Yeah, $280. But moving on from this, we were talking Mark Spears. Yo, guys, I ripped open some Mark Spears blind bags today, man. I'm going to talk about it when we get into the hot topics, but fuck, Mark Spears does it right. That's all I'm going to say. Mark Spears Monsters number 8. This one being the blind bag cover A79. This is from the Krampus Naughty Lists, limited to 25 copies. Raw near mint, $915. Cover price Daily Shaker, highest sale recorded to date, nearly $1,000 for this one. Beautiful cover. I was opening them up. I was hoping to get one of these. Ain't nowhere close. I know all of you are looking for some of those, those tickets where you can get the one of ones. I actually just wanted this. I would have been happy with this. But man,
25 people got it.
Yeah, 25 people. Oh, so far I don't know how many people have actually gotten it.
25 people got it. They just don't know they have it.
Yeah, there's a lot of blind bags still out there, dude, that a lot of people like. I think even when we go back to the Halloween ones, dude, there's still some people there's still some tickets out there, bro. I don't know if people trash them without realizing that maybe the ticket fell out of the book and it's still in the bag and they threw them out. I have no idea. But it is a possibility.
I want to know who was the model.
Young Tina Turner.
Yeah.
You're thinking Tina Turner? I was thinking more Diana Ross.
Diana Ross is more fitting, that's for sure.
No, that's not a Diana Ross face, though.
No,
absolutely not. But besides the point, bro, very impressive numbers on the aftermarket. Because there's only 25 copies of this, $915, man. That is huge point.
Send that sucker in for grading.
Yeah, I don't even want to imagine what this is going to sell for in a 9.8.
Yeah, I don't see Zendaya. I know.
Nah, guys, let's be real, man. The curves are too curvy for Zendaya.
Yeah, Zendaya, she's very she got a cute face.
That's it. That works. But besides that, guys, back to this one, man. It's crazy to see that even after the blind bag, sorry, not the Halloween one, the Christmas one had come out. a lot of these books, man, these blind bags saw some huge numbers on the pre-orders. That is one thing I gotta say, chapeau to Mark Spears, man. He crushed it when it comes to the blind bag game. I'm gonna talk about it a little more when it comes to the Marvel shit, because I know everyone was complaining, man. We're gonna talk about that Big Clutch video because, man, Big Clutch crushed it with that one. I've got like 7 blind bags.
You saw our reaction to Big Crush's video.
Dude, I'm so like I haven't opened a single blind bag yet for the Marvel ones because I'm like, you know what?
Bad.
I'm gonna do
They're
it live,
bad.
man. I want to see what the damages are. I want to see, like, you know, are people talking, or maybe I'm gonna open 7 copies. Can all 7 copies be that bad, dude? Like, I want to see
saw
what's gonna
12
happen.
copies open in front of me, and my friend Benny pulled the 1 in 50, and it was, and I don't mean dinged, it was banged to hell.
It was banged.
It looked like someone ran over it with the freaking farming tractor that almost killed Ileana when Colossus found his mutant power and saved his sister. That's what I'm talking about.
Wild.
So the problem with the blind bags were really the packet, how it was packaged. And I'm not talking how it was shit.
Hold on,
That's
hold on,
another
hold on,
problem.
hold on.
That is your theory.
Time out. If we're talking Marvel, save it. We're gonna get into it in all topics.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to talk Mark Spears, feel free.
Well, I love Mark Spears, and I love him more all the time. You know, he is like one of the most wonderfully genuine human beings. I went from, are we making a little too much of this, to like, I want all the success in the world for him.
Yeah,
okay, more good people need success. I love him. His blind bags, the price point, fan freaking tastic. Okay, everything. And that's because, and people, you can argue this with me, and I don't care. He not only does he care, and yes, I know people who work at Marvel and DC care, but they don't have control over their product. Mark Spears, Kirkman, they have control over their product, and it shows. So when they put out something special for us, it's genuinely special, you know. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, I agree.
You guys want to see a sick book?
I'm
gonna move on from Mark Spears very quickly. $915 for this in Iranian mint, very impressive. But check this shit out. Tomb Raider. Yeah, these are my favorite type of books, man. The Tomb Raider previews. This one from 1999. Andy Park cover.
Wow.
There's only 6 of these previews on the CGC 9.8 census. 9.8 selling at $200 cover price daily shaker, highest sale recorded to date. I love me some Andy Park. I love me some Michael Turner. I've been collecting all of the Tomb Raider run as I can, but man, I had only wished that I could pick this up, and that is gonna be continuing because I'm just gonna keep wishing, because there's no way. I've never seen this in person, dude. I've never seen this at a shop. I saw somebody mention the Soul Reaper dude. Yes, man. Oh, I love this cover.
It's a nice cover.
And yes, dude. Yo, you know what, man? Back to Mark Spears. He's totally one of us. You know, I really had the opportunity to connect with him over on the Cover Price Top 10 show that we did, Izzy. You remember that, right? And,
I remember.
And I got to shout out, fuck, man, the entire crew at Brian McClay Beyond Wednesdays, man. They make us feel like he's one of us. You know what I mean? Like, Mark hops on, man, and he talks about not just how he, comes about creating these covers or what's up and coming, etc. But man, he speaks about everything he does from a fan perspective, rather than, let's say, just promoting himself. That's really the vibe I get. He totally is one of us, and I really felt that when we sat down and we spoke comics. After the show, the amount of stuff he was telling us really showed us the amount of passion he has for this hobby. Does he not?
Yeah, I agree. And I think what was really cool was just hearing about his relationship with Todd now. And it's funny because when you think of Todd, a lot of people forget this. Todd's been doing this for such a long time, but Todd's one of those guys that he was just like that. So I think what Todd sees in Mark is a little bit about who he was during that time. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's just it's so cool seeing the generations, of guys, man, because one of the things that Mark did show us was some of his older stuff, and it's like you could see there was progression and stuff like that. So I'm really happy about it. And yeah, there it is. Shut your mouth.
Yeah, he fucking dude. When he sent me this, like I was so like taken back, man. But yeah, there you have it, Kilted Corgi. These are off to CGC. I was supposed to bring them today, but I'm actually gonna bring them probably this week. But yeah, man.
Yeah. But going back to the Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
The Tomb Raider, I remember this image. I do remember this image, but I don't remember where this book came from. You know, everybody looks at the Tomb Raider Witchblade cover a lot, and for obvious reasons, and it's Michael Turner, but this was just as good. Andy Park was one of those artists from the 90s.
He crushed it, dude. Crushed it.
Yeah, he was always under the radar type of guy. Because he you know, in the 90s, you were like, a lot of people had a very similar styles, and he's one of those guys that have a similar style, but it was still solid artwork. It's a cool book.
Yep.
$200, 9.8. I could see that.
Yeah, I would totally spend that money because I'm like, I've dived in heavily on the Tomb Raider preview stuff. But yeah, man, guys, this is gonna be a long show. I could see we're already at the 2-hour mark, and yeah, man. So let's get through this. Tomb Raider preview, CGC 9.8, $200. We still got to get into some of the hot topics. Department of Truth number 1.
There we go.
Steve, I just recently made sure you got yourself a copy of this Frizen one, but I don't know if you guys knew about this. In 2020, we also had the Tiny Onion Jenny Frizen foil variant that was available. This one was limited to 75 copies, and a CGC 9.8 just recently sold for $595.
Practically 6.
Yeah, dude, technically $600. Michael Baker sending this my way. Baker Shaker this week, man. Big sale for this one, man. And personally, I actually had no idea these even existed on the aftermarket.
Oh,
I love this cover.
I would love to see what the foil looks like.
This one.
Like some foils, they you know, the red pop and things like that. I'm curious to see how the red pops with this one, because obviously I take it it's probably a spot foil.
Dude, the foil looks great.
Or is it a full foil?
It kind of seems like a full foil. Because when I was looking at it, hold on here, I have pictures somewhere. I just gotta find them. But yeah, man, dude, looks great in the foil.
Yeah, but it's a great cover.
It's a great read, man. Department of Truth has been badass. You know, Steve is new to the hobby, and one of the books that stood out to him was actually Department of Truth, man.
Yeah, I have to say though, for Department of Truth, these variant covers are better than the original covers. So much nicer, and that's what I've been trying to pick up now. All the Department of Truth ones that I got.
Good luck. There's a lot.
I know.
There's some exclusives out there that'll also fucking reel you in. One of them was the Metallica one. Dude, that one, oh, I loved it. I had it in my PC. I sold that. I regret it, but what a wonderful cover.
Elvis one that came out not that long ago for New York.
The Elvis one is nice.
Yeah, dude. The Ratio, I picked it up as well, man. There was no way I was going to pass on that one. But Department of Truth number 1, this one being limited to 75 copies, CGC 98, $595. One last one I want to show you guys. I don't know if you guys saw this, man. Creator-owned Heroes, issue number 7. We go back to 2012 with this one. 1-in-10 ratio, cover by Darwin Cook. There's only 2 CGC 9.8s on the census, and a 9.8 just sold for $2,500. Big sale this week, man. And let me tell you, I know the guy who actually sold this. He hit me up. And just so you guys know, he actually owns not one, but both of those copies in a 9.8 on the aftermarket.
Okay, so he sold this. He sold this for $2,500.
Yeah, he sold it for $2,500.
Was it a bid, or did he actually sell it as is?
So he didn't tell me that much, but he did sell it. I know it was on eBay for $2,500 or best offer, and it sold for $2,500. So I guess there was no bid.
He knew the price.
Exactly, that was the price. And shout out to Green Lightning Comics. That's who's the one who sold this. And man, $2,500, big sale, man. A book that I'm sure not many of these are out there in circulation, man. And like I said, he owns not one but both copies in a CGC 9.8. This sale taking place at $2,500.
So he has $5,000 worth in 2 books.
Crazy, right? Crazy to think that. I know people who sell their collections, man, for like $5,000.
Yep. And then the regret comes shortly after.
Yeah. Exactly. But huge sale, man. This is wild. Again, another book that I don't think there's many copies out there when it comes to the ratios, man. I don't even think shops were ordering these up.
Yeah.
So
this is one of those rare books. Like it's an Image book, but it like most people didn't even hear Image, and it was 2012. Darwin Cook is, rest in peace. He beat to his own drum, man. He was that good though.
Yeah.
He really was that good. And I wish there was more stuff of his out there.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to see a sick cover? I know JD likes Psylocke and he's headed out, so I just want to show you guys this one very quickly. But Uncanny X-Force number 5, man. 2013 is where we go. 1-in-50 ratio.
Milo doing it again.
Yeah, Manara right here, bro. 64 CGC 9/8 on the census and a 9.8 selling at $900 Baker Shaker this week. And huge sale for this one, man. What a cover, dude. What a cover.
It's all about the sword.
Dude, I'm not even looking at the sword. I see some cheeks there. That's
oh my god, there's a sword. Wow.
Yeah.
There's a sword. Yeah, it's all about the sword, man. I'm that kind of guy. I'm that collector. I check out the swords.
Yeah, I'm sure the sword is what's getting all of our attentions. But
listen, I don't. Even if that were Scott Summers doing that shit, I ain't paying $900 for that. A 1-in-50 Scott Summers, Scotty and a Thongy or whatever he said to Wolverine when they were initiating that threesome. Like even that ain't gonna get me to spend $900 on that.
Okay, here's what I gotta say about this. In all fairness, another very weird for Marvel to release type of cover.
Yeah,
it's not so much the butt cheeks. It's just the added assets to it.
Dude, I think everything about this is amazing. And I figure you as an artist yourself probably would have a little more appreciation to this. Like, I don't know, man. It's just
it's not that I don't have appreciation to it. I'm just saying, I'm thinking, what would an executive of Marvel say to something like this? You get what I'm saying?
They'd be saying fucking swing.
But would they put it? The question, the fact that it went out is the part that gets to me. Like, someone approved this at Marvel.
Yeah,
the folks at Disney approved this.
I'm all for it. Oh, hold on. We're going back to 2013 here.
It's a Marvel Now book.
True.
It's not like it's a Max book or anything like. This is like borderline Red Band cover.
Yeah. Borderline. I would say borderline, and like borderline really like.
Mm-hmm. Listen, Marvel's never been shy about showing her cheeks. I don't want to hear it.
It's not so much the cheeks; it's the other part of the cheeks.
Yeah. What, side boob? I'm just saying, dude.
Marvel. I'm just saying. It's like you see it more than you probably should.
Whatever it is, I'm totally fine with it. I don't care whether it was Marvel Now, Disney, or bro, it could be God himself.
What's she cutting up anyway?
Thank you for this cover. I think Manara did an amazing job.
Marvel execs don't care.
Couldn't care less. Exactly. Marvel execs don't care, man. This is
the HR department.
Call this the thirst trap. Call it whatever you want, man. But when we go back,
maybe it was because of the Spider Woman that they probably looked at this one and said, at least it's not the Spider Woman.
Yeah, but very quickly, man, when you go back to 2013, not many shops ordering, especially when it comes to Uncanny X-Force issue number 5, bro. Not many shops are going to be ordering 50 copies of this one. And still, seeing 64 9/8 on the census is pretty impressive. I know 64 doesn't sound like a lot, but I don't know. I go back to 2013, and I think that's a pretty high number. And regardless,
at least 64 shops bought this book.
Yeah,
bought 50 copies.
Or maybe one shop having a lot more fun. But CGC 9.8, $900. Very impressive for this one, man. Very impressive. I like this. Guys, that was the market report. We've been running crazy time when it comes to the show. So we're going to rip right through the hot topics, man. And we'll just skim through it very quickly, man. I'm not gonna dive deep into all of it, but let's get it, baby. You guys, you ready? Hot topics, we go.
We're ready.
Let's
do
go,
it.
baby.
Let's go.
Vamos. Hey guys, it's time for the hot topics. The Captain Morgan's been spicy for myself tonight, and of course the topics will be a little bit spicy. We're gonna like run through them because I want to do the ultimate endgame blind bag rips because that seems to be the hot topic within the last week. Very disappointing apparently from Marvel. So let's see. But very quickly, just want to put this out there for you guys. We don't need to deep dive into it, but apparently Spider-Man in the Ultimate Universe is going to be meeting his maker. That's right, the maker. And as you could see, Spider-Man meets his maker. Time is ticking on the Ultimate Universe, and it's looking, more and more like as things come to a close, man. You can see some of these covers, these promos, etc. They're teasing the fact that this guy is going to be biting the bullet, man, again in the Ultimate Universe. So I hope that's not the case, bro. I hope that's not the case. How do you guys feel about this?
I don't think Marvel cares enough about married Parker. That's it.
Yeah.
They just don't care.
We shall see,
And
man.
You get your married Parker, and now they're done. It's gonna be about that little Venom kid.
Yeah. I'm hoping that we're gonna see his son carry on into maybe the 616 universe if this all comes to a close, or maybe we continue to see the Ultimate Universe in a whole new light. Whatever it is.
Refresh my memory on something. Has this Parker been through with great power come great responsibility moment?
Kind of.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say that.
Boom.
No, my
Ben.
theory is still
Kind of.
the with great power must come great responsibility is for his son.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Has he come to that moment?
I am most certain that we're heading to his son being Ultimate Spider-Man.
I look, so the line itself hasn't been dropped, but the fact that you see the struggles he goes through, especially with his son involved, etc., you almost feel like that great power is or great responsibility is already almost there, right? Because
it was dropped though.
It's part of who Spider-Man is. Like, that was the whole thing in the movies, right? The last movie. So it has to come to fruition. It has to happen. And this Peter hasn't really gone through that moment.
So do you guys think that he passes that line to his son before dying?
Sorry, I'm almost 95% sure that it was said in the book.
With great power comes great responsibility?
I'm pretty sure Ben told him.
But Ben had to die.
No, there has to be the moment.
There has to be a death.
Yeah.
Okay.
For it to happen,
I'm pretty sure those words were read.
Mm-hmm.
Like I read those words in the book. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, and you know what, Chia, you're spot on because that is something I had caught at FOC as well, man. You ended up having that Miles Morales homage cover for issue 42 where you've got, Peter Parker on the cover with Miles. And it's not Peter Parker from the main timeline. No, it's from the Ultimate Universe. So I'm curious to know what exactly is happening there, man. So who knows, man? But if they end up doing that where he ends up telling his son with great power comes great responsibility, bro, they might make this old man cry.
He's gonna bite the bullet that way.
That's huge. That's huge, man. But we'll see. But anyways, we'll run through this. Up next, I don't know if you guys saw this very quickly. Netflix reportedly only wants to keep movies in theaters for 17 days after it buys Warner Bros. And to be honest with you, I think that sucks. But at the same time, it's more than I anticipated with Netflix. I don't
think that's real.
I hope not.
So Netflix, here's the story with Netflix. So one of the reasons why they bought Warner Brothers was obviously because of the IP. It's all about the IP. Let's call it what it is. It's IP related. But another thing that came out, actually it came out through Stranger Things more than anything, is that if they release something in movies, they have to pay a certain type of royalties to it because they're different types of contracts. So Netflix has streamer contracts that goes with it that doesn't work the same way. That's why whenever you have a Netflix release in theaters, it's going to come into TV because it's the payment structure is a little different, and then you got the like the SAG and the all the guilds and oh my god, why is it escaping me? The companies, I forgot the I can't remember, but you got like SAG, different types of guilds that will try to say, well, you got to pay them this much or you got to pay them that much and things like that. So what ends up happening is that because a Netflix release, it falls under that banner, it becomes challenging to pay the actors. Warner Brothers fixes that problem, right? Because Warner Brothers is a film studio. So what they're going to end up doing in the long run, what I see happening is that they are going to release Warner Brothers film in theaters, and they're going to keep it past a certain time frame. If the movie's successful in theaters, it's going to stay in theaters. If the movie's flopped, then you're going to see that 17 window. We're already seeing it now. When movies don't do well in theaters, what they end up doing, they put them in streamers that way. Like, well, let's just get this thing out so people can see it. Because that's how the public watches movies these days. Yeah. So that's where this comes in. So if it's a Warner Brothers film, it's going to stay in theaters longer than 17. If it's a Netflix film, it'll be out.
Yeah. Cliff, I saw you like pumping your fist when we brought this up, man.
Unlike Izzy, I'm a fucking pessimist about this. Okay, I'm tired of this shit. Why the hell did we ever have monopoly laws if we can't prevent this fuckboy shit happening? Once Netflix has fully acquired Warner Brothers, and if everyone just puts their hands up and just like lets it glide, there's like nothing stopping anyone. What is it? 2-3 studios in control of everything? How are you supposed to control people who are going to homogenize our viewing, algorithm our viewing, and call all the fucking shots? Okay. Yeah. And I think the movie theater experience is a beautiful and unique experience that I would love to keep living and thriving, and it's harder all the freaking time. And I know there's people out there, these CEOs and shit, they don't care. They want people in their seats at home watching their goddamn algorithm, paying it up. Well, but again, I'm not a psychic, so I don't really know. But I don't like it. I don't like what's going on. I don't like this. I don't like this possibility over here.
You said, why were monopolies laws created? They were created so that people that had the money pay it off. That's why they were created. What makes you think that monopoly laws were created so that we wouldn't have a monopoly? Because that always happens. Always happens. The government gets in the way.
No one has ever
and then they say, well, you know what? Here's a couple of $1 million. What do you think? Oh, you know what? It's not a monopoly. Moving on.
Exactly. Well, all you're doing is just feeding into the fact that I say everything is corrupt and this is bullshit. So here we are.
I'm not saying it's not corrupt.
No, but you're feeding into my view. You're feeding into my view.
But guys, honestly, very quickly, 17 days is way more than I anticipated, to be honest with you, from Netflix. Yeah, because I was expecting 0, to be honest with you. But I hope it's not the case. I still hope it drags out way more, and some of these blockbusters stay within theaters way longer than 17 days.
Most movies, Regal, AMC, etc., they are banding together to try and lock down a guaranteed 45-day window.
Yeah, and that's
what I've read is going on. Let's see what happens.
I hope
it only works for movies that could last 45 days.
Yeah, no, I hope that be the case. But guys, I'm gonna run through the next topics where I won't dive deep. The only things I do want to say is that the Wonder Woman trailer actually, the Wonder Man. The Wonder Man, guys, I've been on some Captain Morgan since the start of this, so just so you know. But the Wonder Man trailer actually surprised me. It was way better than anticipated. I don't know if you guys felt the same way.
I saw it.
Yeah, but
the full trailer was much better than the teaser trailer.
Yeah, dude, it was so good. I'm so excited for this. This is actually looking like it's going to be very promising. So can't wait to see this. This was great to see, and if you guys missed out on it, definitely check it out. But what seems to be the talk around town is all the leaks that are happening regarding the Doomsday movie. Now, we're even getting some of the behind the scenes photos. It seems, I don't know if these are real, guys. They kind of seem to be.
That
As you
doesn't
can,
look too real
I don't
to
know.
me.
That face of his doesn't look right.
no,
Yeah,
it doesn't. His face doesn't look right, but I see on
That's
the
a
right.
weird cheekbone.
Yeah, it really is. But on the right hand side, man, I've been seeing a lot of these circulating, man, where you can see like Doctor Doom pretty much looking like he's on some set where it's like green screen, etc., and like playing chess, which I hope to be the case, because if we get a poster that looks a lot like Doom War, dude, I am so down for that. Makes a lot of sense given what's going on within the MCU. I'd love to see that, but the leaks have been crazy, man, because we've gotten trailers where we've had example just recently the Cyclops one with Magneto and Professor X. That one ended up
Best one.
leaking. Yeah, the Captain America one ended up leaking prior. The Thor one ended up leaking. Apparently, the next one that is gonna leak is gonna be the Fantastic Four with Shuri, Black Panther.
Well, didn't what do you call it leak already? Didn't Spider-Man wasn't there a Spider-Man?
Spider-Man was another one, but that's outside of the Doom.
Yeah, Spider-Man Brand New Day.
So the
Be
theory,
outside of Doom, but the fact is, if Homegirl is any mutant at all, okay, then that's a big deal.
the theory right now, well, not theory, the speculation right now is that Marvel's letting them be leaked.
Of course, they're letting them be leaked.
They're like
seats. They know damn well they have effed up their relationship with audiences, and they know it. And that's why they got Robert Downey Jr. to bring people back in, because everybody knows his face and they want to be a part of it.
Let's not forget they brought back Chris Evans too.
Of course, you got to bring back your originals to get them butts and chairs. You want to make that $1 billion blockbuster, you know. But they compromised the faith of the audience a few times now.
Yeah, no, for sure. But who knows, bro? Apparently, these are AI, etc.
Commonality is right. They want us talking about it, and we are. And yeah, a lot of it looks like AI. I ain't paying attention to shit. But Scott did look hot, blasting that shit out.
You got
so the X-Men teaser was the best one. I can't wait for it to come out officially tomorrow, because it's most likely to come out tomorrow or Tuesday officially, so I can actually see it. That one actually got me hyped,
dude,
because I want to know what is Scott screaming for. Is it for Jean? Is it for Rachel?
But you could see there's some Sentinels in there as well, man. So
I'm blasting a Sentinel personally.
It's gonna be wild for sure, man. But hang tight, because we're gonna talk some free comic book day. But before we get into all of that shit, man, hanging out with us backstage, we're gonna bring in our brother right here, Brian McClay himself, man. Brian, what's going on,
Brian.
bro?
What's up, guys? I don't mean to derail the show. I'm just coming to hang out and chill for the second half of the show. So continue.
Nah, fuck that, dude. Come and hang out. Let's talk comics, bro. That's what we're here for, man.
Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah.
Oh gosh. Now we're gonna talk about this. Oh gosh.
So just recently, man, you guys saw this, man. I know that I've been away for 2 weeks from doing shows, but you know, this came out that apparently Free Comic Book Day is also going to be called Comics Giveaway Day. So we've got like publishers doing different things, etc. It's getting a little strange for us, because we've been accustomed to the Free Comic Book Day shit for so long. But now, obviously, with Diamond shutting down, things shutting down. We all know what happened with Diamond. Let's not go there. But now we're going into a split, it seems to be, man, where publishers are putting out books under different names, where it's no longer just Free Comic Book Day, but we're getting Comics Giveaway Day. And I don't know if you guys saw it. Have you guys seen the article recently from Bleeding Cool regarding this?
We saw it. We talked all about it, being Cliff.
Yeah, there was one that came out. I think it was earlier today. So I'm gonna pull that up very quickly, man. But what do you guys think about this?
I think it's stupid.
I think it's a shame.
Yeah,
it's
Brian, man. I'd love to know your thoughts on this.
I agree with Izzy and Cliff. The comics industry has completely ruined an amazing opportunity to turn Free Comic Book Day, whatever you want to call it, into something to bring many more people into the hobby. I mean, you look at things like the record store day, how much of a big success it is into record stores and the music hobby, collecting hobby, and all that stuff. And I just think that there has not been in the last 15 years. I don't think there's been a single good thing that they've done with Free Comic Book Day in any iteration that I can think of in the last 15 years. I think they just it's a folly. It's a complete lack of it's disconnect with what the real collectors and buyers want. And again, it just shows the disconnect in the big publishers with the rest of the hobby.
The one thing that I don't like about it, and the reason why I say it's stupid, is because first of all, it's happening on the same day. That's one.
Literally.
Two.
Literally.
Same day. And I believe it's Penguin. Penguin decided, okay, we're gonna do it our way, and we're gonna call it this. When this was supposed to be a situation where it's like, we want to get the LCS business. That's what it started, like Cliff said, it's before. It started at the LCS. And then the publishers came in. I was like, okay, we can make something out of it. And the whole purpose was to drive new people into the shops, which it still does. So that part, I'm still happy. And I'm happy we have something. Just to call it Comic Giveaway Day I just look at that as just being petty and stupid. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, everyone's still going to call it Free Comic Book Day. There's no way around it. Comic Giveaway Day is just stupid. And of course, these publishers are going to be like, yo, come to Comics Giveaway. They're going to try to make it something when everybody knows exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, again, I said earlier, just goes to show you that the real industry doesn't care as much about the printed hobby anymore than they do about just the IP itself. And the whole industry, especially over the last 15 years, should have said, you know what, we're going to make this event. We're all going to come together. We're going to have one event. We're going to make it free for brick and mortar retailer shops, especially. We're not going to charge them for any of the books. They make enough publicity and promotion that they shouldn't have to charge anybody for any of this stuff, and all come together as an industry to make the hobby better and the industry better. And they just refuse, dude. It's sad.
But I'm happy you bring that up, Brian, because I think a lot of people don't realize this, that the LCSs, guys, you're hitting up your shops for Free Comic Book Day. And obviously, you're excited. You got some of these that have first appearances, etc. Great. But these shops are paying for that shipping, bro. They're paying for these books, man, to hit the shelves and get you guys into the shops. And I really couldn't agree more, man, that this is something that they need to factor and maybe give back to these comic shops, man. Like these Free Comic Book Day books, man, should not be at the expense of the retailer. I think that sucks. I really think that sucks in general.
Right? You're right. They should be free to the shops as a thank you. You give them the one per store comic, right? You do that every so often. But this is a situation where they have to come out of their pocket to buy these books. And granted, many of these LCS, they buy a lot of them because they know the amount of customers that come in for this. So what they do, they end up having like Black Friday type sales in their shops where they could just sell the shop away. Meanwhile, these books have to be, in many of these shops, these books are limited to the amount of books you could actually pick up. So if you go to a certain shop, you could say, hey, I want to take some of that. And they'll say, well, limited 3. You could pick 3 books.
Yeah, dude, a lot of shops do that. A lot of shops
do that because they're paying for this. This is at a cost to them. Now the cost to them. Yeah, I want that one.
Dude, this is so funny.
I love it.
Simbi versus Jeff.
The cost to them is worth it because of the amount of people they get, and they make big things out of it. You have shops that have like artists that are coming in signing books and things like that. I just think that this whole industry part of it is just stupid because the fact that you can't agree on one thing and then you're still doing this it shows that you really don't care as much as you should.
Yeah. No, I agree, dude. I agree with you 100%, man. But it is what it is. They've changed it. It's weird because it's kind of like split, man. We've got Free Comic Book Day and obviously this comics giveaway day taking place. So I don't know, man. Whatever it is, I do agree with you guys. I really think they should go that route when it comes to
on
the
and
retailers.
on in the chat about how comic giveaway day is Free Comic Day. We know Chia, and the fact of the matter is, most LCSs are just gonna call it Free Comic Book Day anyway. And I think if
Can't
Penguin,
imagine anybody calling
if Penguin meant it from their heart, then I don't think they would have made it the same day. I think they would have made a bigger deal about the name change. I'm just saying it just kind of diminishes the spirit of Free Comic Book Day in name. But otherwise, like Izzy is more right. Like the industry should be like, y'all do the work all year. Just pay the shipping fee, not even 25 cents, 50 cents, and 75 cents a book. Pay the shipping fee, and we'll send you the copies.
Yeah. No, for sure. For sure. But anyways, man, we all know that this is what it is now, especially with Diamond and all the situation that happened with Diamond in 2025. This is where we're at. So it is what it is. We're going to see how New Comic Book Day, guys, it's going to be May 2nd. Well, New Comic Book Day. Sorry, Free Comic Book Day. May 2nd, or if you want to call it
Comics Giveaway Day.
Yeah, whatever. So we got to get familiar with the new term. That's pretty much it. That's what we're learning.
No, it's gonna be Free Comic Book Day. And I'm gonna be wearing my Free Comic Book Day pin that day.
Yeah, but I'm gonna run through the next topic because I don't want to spend too much time on it. But guys,
I dare you to succeed.
Apparently, Amazon's top comics of 2025 proved that DC has beaten Marvel in the 2025 year.
What a surprise!
So as you can see, Comixology, as you can see on the aftermarket, as you can see when we're talking over on Cover Price, or whether it be even the House of Stein with Brian McClay, anywhere, dude. The Absolute Universe is killing it, and DC has been crushing it on all ends. And to add to that, man, just to give you an idea, when it comes to the Amazon stuff, as you can see, man, you see Absolute Batman Volume Number 1 selling like crazy. You've got Absolute Evil Number 1, Marvel Premiere Collection, Daredevil Born Again, and then you've got like Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 2, which is, by the way, the only title out of Marvel that is an actual Marvel property that is selling so well over on that side of town. You got Absolute Flash number 1, Absolute Batman number 4. Then you're looking at Absolute Superman Volume 1. Then you see Godzilla Destroys the Marvel Universe. Again, these are not entirely fully Marvel properties, but it is what it is. So just want to put it out there that DC crushed it. But shout out to Big Clutch, man. I want to talk about this very quickly because, Brian, I'm happy you're actually on to talk about this because you guys covered this throughout the week. And, props to you guys for continuing to go live during the holidays because that ain't no fucking easy task. But you guys crushed it. And, one thing that was brought up, Big Clutch, man, mentioned right away, dude, the second the books came in with the Ultimate Endgame, the books came in damaged, man. And one thing that sucks, dude, is like I was watching so many people.
Why did you pick this image because it actually looks like FU casually?
It does.
Like,
no, dude, I didn't even realize that.
Am I the only one seeing this? Like, I
see it now.
Cliff, that's they did that on purpose. They said, "Hey, we're gonna."
No, they shoved one right in the middle to be like, "F you, dude. Go do your YouTube."
I didn't even realize that, but man,
thumbnail.
Yeah, big Clutch was actually one of the first people, man, that dropped this video. And like when I saw this dude immediately, and this is weeks before the release, I was disappointed, man. I was disappointed because I knew I hit my pre-orders. Guys, I shit you not, man. I still have them. I haven't opened them because I said I'm gonna wait until now because I want to see exactly what happens with my shit. But I've got like 7 copies here that I pre-ordered, and I was like, man, I saw Big Clutch's video, and I'm like, well, this fucking sucks, dude, because I'm the type to pre-order my shit, and now I'm looking at, well, my stuff's damaged, right? And I've seen people hit the 1 in 1,000s, which are gorgeous covers, by the way, damaged. It just sucks, dude. It sucks to see that. Now, I was talking earlier about Mark Spears. I was talking about other stuff. I don't know if you guys saw my story on Instagram, but I was showing, like, I got a shit ton of blind bags, and just immediately, like the paper quality, maybe I'm just being a bitch because that's who I am, but the paper quality, the bag quality itself, garbage compared to the Mark Spears, the TMNT 13. It feels very like cheap. You know what I mean? And I'm just being transparent, guys. I'm being honest, man. I'm a consumer. I'm somebody who's buying from this. I think the price point is already off. When we talk Mark Spears, when we talk the TMNTs, Mark Spears finds the sweet spot. He finds that price point that makes sense to the collector. It's like, man, this is a low risk, high reward. The quality is great. Keen Spot hits it on the nose with quality. You get you open the blind bag. Your books are very well taken care of. You know what I mean? He even upped it just another level, right? Now I'm making my my opinion based on what I'm seeing. I've yet to open one, but seeing this kind of pissed me off as somebody who pre-ordered this, right? Yeah. I've yet to open it. But as somebody who pre-ordered, this sucks to see as a video. Now, shout out again to Big Clutch because I saw Bleeding Cool pick this up. I saw Brian talking about this over on his channel. I was watching on a Saturday night. I'm like, man, I don't even want to pick up my books. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at, right? I don't know how you guys felt. Did you guys pre-order these?
No, but I have 7 of them, and I don't have any damage.
You opened them all?
Yeah, I have them right here.
Did you get any of the rares, or is it just A?
I have the rarest one I have is my 1 in 25,
and it's mint.
It looks pretty good to me.
There's
awesome, no spine
dude,
damage. There's no ticks. There's really it's pretty good if you want to put it up.
Yeah, dude. While you guys,
if you have books like that, then you have some good rarities.
I do. Honestly, all 7 of my copies are in pretty good shape. Like if you look here, it's pretty. Well, no damage.
Shout out to Comic Legion for
Comic Legion, man, coming in clutch. I have a bunch of them, and
so honestly, while we discuss this, bro, I'm gonna open these bags because I want to see what they kind of look like. But yeah, let's go down the chain here, man. I don't know if you guys pre-ordered. Brian, did you get any?
I did not. And I've talked about this before. I don't buy as many comics off the new comics off the rack anymore. I just that hasn't been my style for a long time, ever since my LCS 10 years ago or 6 years ago, 7 years ago now, stopped selling new comics, which is a bummer. I still read all new comics. Obviously I do it through digitally now, but I just can't. I don't buy any new books off the shelf for the most part. And yeah, and it's because of things like this that have kind of pushed me a little bit away from it. And mostly it's because I'll be honest, I think Marvel is in such a shamble of a situation right now in their printing publishing side that, and I kind of made the comment earlier in the chat when you guys were talking about the Monera book, that Marvel execs don't care about the comic side. They just don't. It doesn't make them any money. Yeah, it's a hassle for them. And I think we can see it as consumers in the products they put out. Here's a perfect example. They had an amazing situation working with Whatnot over the last 5 years with these Whatnot packs. Where basically Whatnot did all the research for them, all the beta, went through all the trials and tribulations of dealing with damaged books in the packs, figured out how to make it work. And then Marvel didn't use any of that information on their big rollout release, which is in the back of my head when all this stuff was going on between Marvel and Whatnot. That was the point, to let Whatnot do all the hard work and how to figure out how to get these to the public in a really good way, not damage, make the rollout really good, make the packaging really nice, and Whatnot did that. But Marvel just threw that all threw it in the dumpster fire that has become these ultimate endgame bags. And I don't think the damage comes from the shipping at all. I think some of it is like clutches. A lot of clutches came from the shipping because he didn't get full cases, so they had to break down cases and send them, and they just didn't send them well. But I think all the damage, for the most part, comes from the bagging procedure. And we saw that in the first Mark Spears Halloween bags, where Transcon didn't really know how to do blind bags on a level of 100,000 plus. So there was damages. Well, they figured it out with the next go around. They fixed all their issues for the most part, and now we have the Horrorland bags, which knocked it out of the park. But
so
this is a. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, you know, one thing that you brought up, bro, that you're spot on is the whatnot stuff, right? Because Marvel had already the info right there with the whatnot stuff, and the fact that this ends up happening, especially on such a big event, right? The Ultimate Universe was huge for Marvel for the last 2 years, and you guys managed to shit the bed like this, which fucking I genuinely don't understand.
Listen, that was just the cherry on top of their 2025 Poop Sunday.
Yeah. I genuinely don't understand. Now, again, it's not on Marvel though. Although we keep saying Marvel. Yes, it is on Marvel, but at the same time, don't forget, bro, the printers and everybody that's handling this.
I'm calling it BS.
No, hang tight.
I'm calling it BS. You know why? I'm gonna tell you why. It is on Marvel because this is their product.
Yes, that's fair. That's fair.
So yes, I will openly admit I don't believe Marvel caused the problem. Yeah. But it's on them to say this is our product, and like any other consumer-based product out there, it doesn't matter what it is, comics, whatever it is, their responsibility to say we screwed up as a whole. We'll make it up to you. You know what they're saying? If you open the bag, it's as if you void the warranty. So who cares? So you can't even prove that the book is damaged because if it's out of its bag, it's already as if it's already been purchased and done.
And to my knowledge, they were offering refunds to shops.
I haven't heard any of that. As far as Marvel or anybody, I haven't heard anything about refunds. That might be the first thing I've heard is you saying.
So let's be careful on the word refund, because in the past, the word refund is actually credit for your future purchases.
Exactly.
Great point, Cliff.
We ain't giving you money back.
Exactly. You ain't gonna see no cash.
Exactly. So from what I understood is that they were saying that if the bags were unopened, is what I had seen people posting online. I'm like, if the bags are unopened, they had the right to like return them, send them back. So I don't know if that's true or not.
And how do you know if it's damaged or not?
No,
that's the catch, right?
But because it's such public knowledge that it, you know, look, I'm 3 bags in right now. Okay, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. First bag I open up, I get the Panosian, good, because I love fucking Panosian. But at the end of the day, dude, there's like 3 huge ass spine ticks. This thing's cracked as hell right here on the spine. Like it looks terrible. And then I have
real quick, I don't mean to interrupt you, but that is the whole key. It's not like these are just small spine ticks. These are crunches, and that is crunches made by a machine that is trying to hold down a stack of books or a few books on rollers that are folding these bags. These bags that they put on these in are just a flat sheet of plastic that they put the book on, and then they wrap the plastic around it, and then they heat seal it and cut them as it's going through the thing. So that wrapping around and pushing down of the other books to put the next one in place is probably what's causing this. It's what we saw causing the damage on the Halloween, Mark Spears Halloween books when the first, I don't know, 150 cases went out.
Yeah,
we were seeing that same type of damage caused by rollers, but this is like major spine damage, not just little ticks, not just you have to look at it in the light to see them. Crunches.
Yeah, but that's exactly it. It's the machine damage, as you were just saying. And you know, I'm like I said, I'm looking at it. I'm 4 books in. One of them is the foil of the Maker, and 2 out of the 4 are pretty damaged. So and I mean pretty damaged, meaning like it's overboard. Like I don't mind if I see a spine tick. Fine, it's some shit that might happen.
It's bound to happen, right?
Yeah, exactly. I've seen them. Dude, I've seen spine ticks even in the Mark Spears blind bags. I'm being fully honest with you guys. And, you know, I think the difference here, man, talking Mark Spears, I'm going to use him as an example because I think, you know, when we look at 2025, the blind bag craze was definitely alive and kicking. And Mark Spears definitely was a big part of that, man. Brian, you know for a fact. Brian, when it comes to Mark's bags, dude, you know, we spoke after the cover price stuff. And one thing I was telling Mark directly, dude, I told him straight up, I was like, Mark, You know what sucks, dude? I'm like, so many of these blind bags selling on pre-orders, man, which is huge numbers for you. I'm so happy on the Halloween stuff, but maybe for the Christmas stuff, some things to maybe just take into consideration. Man, I was hearing about shops fucking weighing the blind bags, doing some shady stuff, like literally opening bags and resealing them because there was so much stuff happening. And one thing I noticed, just to give you an example, from the Halloween blind bag to the Winter Horrorland one, we get to the Winter Horrorland, and he's got that front sleeve, right? That cover on the front. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like that alone already is already showing me he's taking the steps to make sure things get better. And when we spoke to him after the cover price stuff, he was like, Lando, I swear to God, like these are all things we're already talking about with Keen Spot. And like you can see the passion, the care that he had compared to this. Like I'm dude, 50% of my shit is already damaged. I'm now opening book number 5. And yeah, I got another.
You know how you said that people were weighing them and stuff.
Yeah.
So I've told this story before, and I always preface it by saying this: I take zero credibility. This is all Mark and Keen Spot coming up with this, but for like it was like, I don't know, 4 months before the blind bags came out. We're sitting backstage, just like on the StreamYard. The show ended. Everybody leaves. It's just me and Mark hanging out. We're shooting the shit about nostalgia and this and that. And next 2 hours later, the whole blind bag idea came from that 2-hour session. I shit you guys not, and this is not me bragging about anything. This is all Mark. We sat there and we hashed out every idea that he put out with these blind bags in that 2-hour session. And one of the main things that we talked about was the fact that there's people out there weighing card packs, right?
Yeah.
And you see that all the time. I talk about it on the show all the time in Drama Alert, where we see these people who are weighing card packs at the store with these little scales. And we talked about that. And Mark, one of the things that Mark did that is so amazing is he said, we're going to make it so some of the best books that you can pull out of these packs are just regular regular covers. So you can't tell if it weighs more. That doesn't mean it's the best book.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so that was a big key. And the other thing is, you looked at the damage on these, and the biggest hit, the biggest get in the Ultimate Endgame bags wasn't the variant covers. It wasn't the 1 in 25. It wasn't the 3 special covers that you could only get in the bags.
Nope.
To be honest, those were all pretty lacking. They're not anything special, and nobody has not yet talked about how good this issue was. Not a single person.
Dude, it was so amazing.
Yeah, and that's the sad part. Nobody has talked about the issue, and because the only thing the reason to buy these blind bags was a chance at those original arts. Yeah. And now, for the most part, the chances of getting a high grade on those original sketch art covers is slim to none. And they're not going to be able to replace those because it took them a lot of time to get those covers made. Yep. They're not going to be able to go, hey, we're going to just go back to print on these. You tell us how many you ordered. You show us proof of destroying them. We'll send you back new ones. They can't do that. How are they going to get the sketch covers back in them?
No, there's no chance of doing such, man. Yeah. And dude, again, spot on with everything you just said, because that is what's probably the shittiest part of all of this is there's no going back from it. You know what I mean? Like there was nobody. I feel like Marvel didn't have anybody in control of this entire situation. Whereas, like you were saying, when it comes to the Whatnot stuff, clearly Whatnot was handling everything, making sure of everything being okay. Dude, I'm not a Whatnot seller, at least not yet. It's been fucking forever. I've been saying I'm gonna do it, but I've got friends here and supporters in the chat who have hopped on the show live doing Whatnot giveaways, man, to people here in the chat. And, they're ripping the Whatnot packs, whether it be like the 2025 pack or whatever it is, Fantastic Four. These things look impeccable, dude. They look amazing. How do you go from one extreme to another, from Whatnot to Marvel? I didn't understand that. That blew my mind.
It was one of those situations where you look at it and everything about this blind bag, the original concept was like, yes, Marvel is going to do something cool. right? Especially with the sketches. The sketches was the coolest part about it, right? But then when you see the rollout and what it ended up becoming, it is the biggest blunder they could have ever had, and this was a year of blunders for them. I'll say that much. It saddens me where Marvel has gone as a result of this. You know what I mean? Because again, many of us in this group, we come from that world where Marvel was like the king of comics. You couldn't beat Marvel. Like we were talking about last week. Remember, we were talking about it in Cover Price, the top 10, that all the top 10s are DC books. When have you ever seen something like that? Right? When have you ever seen Mark Spears taking full control of a top 10? Meanwhile, Marvel is there. No one's talking about their events. No one's giving a damn about everything else. Everything that anybody talks about Marvel is really in regards to Ultimate Spider-Man for the most part. Maybe a little thing here, maybe a little cover there or something like that. But for the most part, Marvel has gone to the crapper in this. I can't believe it's been this way. So not only is the MCU struggling and they have to get RDJ back, they're even struggling within the comic book landscape of it all, where the comic book landscape is what builds it up. And they're at a state like, I don't even know what to think about the Daredevil bags that are going to come soon. What are they going to do about that? What's the latest? Because I haven't heard anything
from this shit real fast. That's what I'm hoping.
I haven't heard anything coming from Marvel anywhere saying we screwed up.
That's right, James.
Hey, I want to ask real quick. Chia Pet keeps saying that this is not on the same scale. The same scale and scope as what? I don't understand what he's saying there, because how many blind bags were there? There was like, what, 200,000 plus of these, or am I mistaken?
No, I don't even know what the heck got, but I can tell you right now, every artist had 50 sketches.
Yeah, no, Brian, you're pretty on with the number, man. I believe it was that, but even at that, dude, like we take Mark Spears, who hit 350,000 on his, and dude, I didn't see anybody with these problems, man.
Yeah, I think that Marvel
DC books, Batman had a high scale.
Yeah,
Batman had a high scale.
Yeah, but
listen, and I was gonna say Batman, Matt Fraction, Batman #1 actually had a high scale, and we didn't have this.
Yeah, But yeah, Brian, you were gonna say.
He says producing 200,000 blind bags is not the same. I don't understand what that means, but it's not comparing it to.
Well, the whatnot packaging was very different because of what those books were gonna be.
Yes. Yeah.
Right, so they were more box. They weren't in a bag. They were in a box, if I remember correctly.
Dude, the Fantastic Four one itself was like, it felt prestigious as shit.
Yes.
So this is not something new to them. This is something that
Marvel. This is something that should be on a high scale, a high quality.
You got Disney money.
Yeah, exactly, totally, man.
They don't got Disney money. They got Disney. They got the Disney freaking finance office being like, no, bitch, we can barely feed the goddamn animals at Disney World. You think we're gonna give you blind bag money? And I don't know. I don't know what goes on. I only assume the worst constantly.
It's too bad, because I mean the hype for the Ultimate Endgame stuff, especially out the gate when they started with the actual Endgame poster image, where everybody was like, "Oh shit!" Like the Ultimate Universe is coming to a close. This is a big event for Marvel, and one of the biggest things that were coming out of Marvel in comics for the last 2 years, because Ultimate Spider-Man's been running for 24 months, guys, and now even more than 24 months because issue 24 got delayed till February. So that's giving you 26 months, we'll say. It's been pretty much the main thing that's been carrying Marvel. Don't get me wrong, guys. I know it sounds like we're just completely trashing Marvel. There's a lot of great reads coming out of Marvel. In fact, I want to shout out MJ Comics and several other of you in the chat mentioning, even Brian McClay said it himself, that the read itself of Ultimate Endgame, dude, I read it online. It's amazing. I cannot wait to read the next issue. We saw the preview of issue number 4, where it looks like Peter Parker, I don't know, man, the way they're promoting this might bite the bullet. You know what I mean? We don't know what's going to happen there, but
I forgot about the Dynamite blind bag. They even got it right too.
Yeah, you're talking about the Harley one?
Yeah. No, this is Dynamite.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
so
I forgot these came out very good. So I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to give them it's okay to try and give them excuses, but like you got real money. Like you know, like you
They
are
were
the
the
big dog in this
only
game.
ones, the only ones to screw up a blind bag in the same way, in this way.
Anyhow, as I said, cherry on top of the poop sundae. I'm sorry that's how I see it.
You know, there's seriously, people in Marvel should be fired for what's going on in Marvel, because also you got the artist issue that's going on. Everybody's talking about with
I
the
know,
artist.
pay your artist. Pay your artist.
Pay your artist.
Goddamn pants. Moisturize your skin. Pay your goddamn artist.
Yeah. I only hope that what Chia is saying is going to be the case, that people sorry, not the people part, but like hopefully Marvel does adjust for the Daredevil one, because it would be obviously naive to think otherwise. I hope that be the case, because I'm going to be honest with you, after now opening 7 packs, I can tell you guys openly, I didn't get any hits, to be honest with you. It's all the covers that you could pretty much get off of the rack, but 5 of 7 were damaged. I would have rather just picked them up off of the rack and go through them.
That's the thing. You can. That's the worst part.
But that's what I'm saying is, here I am dropping, let's say, I don't know, 40, 50 bucks Canadian on these covers, only to get shafted. It sucks as a consumer. So I'm doing this live with you guys. Obviously, I didn't show you guys or reveal whatever, but everyone's pretty much experienced that. Like 5 out of 7. Steve on the panel saying that he's had no issues. He hit a 1 in 25, which congratulations. But it is something I noticed as well, man. I hit up my LCSs and I'm watching the ratios on the shelves and I'm looking at them. I'm like, all right, yo, these are clean as fuck, man. I want to see, I want to see what's gonna happen now when I'm gonna open these packs. And it really sucked to see this. Now, having opened it and seeing everybody in the community talking about this, Big Clutch, again, shout out to him for dropping this information way earlier on, so people can, make that conscious decision on if they wanted to move forward with it or not. If you pre-ordered it, well, you pre-ordered it. It is what it is. You already committed to that, but it sucks, dude. And I really hope that Marvel steps up their game moving forward, because especially having talked about this just a few minutes ago, well, minutes ago, not too long ago, that DC is kicking ass when it comes to the comic side alone. Man, the blind bag stuff, dude. You've got Keen Spot kicking your ass. You have pretty much everybody that's kicking your ass. Your Marvel, step it up. It's as simple as that.
I think for Marvel, the only ongoing titles that people are legitimately caring about, besides Ultimate Spider-Man, has been Miles and Hulk. I can't think of any other. Everything else is like hot. Because even Amazing
Imperial, I've been enjoying Imperial.
The Predator crossover stuff has been an Alien. The limited stuff has been really good.
So when you're allowed to do something that's outside of the norm, where you could kind of like you have free range, they seem to be doing well.
But
when it comes to the flagship books, most of them are like, eh.
But did you hear what Brian just finished saying, man? How, like, again, it's not entirely a Marvel property that's been doing good. You got Aliens versus Avengers kicking ass. You've got Godzilla destroys the Marvel Universe kicking ass. I don't see fucking Uncanny X-Men kicking ass.
That's what it is.
Yep. Yeah, that's the other thing. And comics publishers, for some reason, will never understand this, at least the big two, in my opinion, how much we care for continuity. And if you want to change, if you want to play with continuity, just do it in an Elseworlds tale, do it in a a what if type tale. Keep the continuity in the regular world somewhat the same, because that's the characters we fell in love with to begin with. Exactly. And if you want to play around with it, you have these amazing places to do it. Vertigo, What Ifs, the Black Series, whatever it is, those are your places to do that, not in our regular stuff.
No, dude, well said, man. And you have all these platforms or subtitles where you could do that, and I don't understand why they don't. The Ultimate Universe has been the driving force for Marvel right now, like really bringing in the coin. I'm hoping that we're just, overthinking this, and maybe we do get some kind of spin-off. Maybe Peter's son ends up in the 616, because it seems only fitting right now with everything that's going on. Will we see some content, continuation of the Ultimate Universe? I don't know. But regardless, when it comes to the blind bag, that is something I do know and can confirm after opening 7 packs that 5 out of 7 were damaged. This was shit, and it's as simple as that, dude. I don't need to beat around the bush. Shout out to Big Clutch, like I said. Shout out to everybody who's shared their experience. I want to see Marvel step it up because I'm watching, like I said, publishers like KeenSpot, who were nobodies just a few years ago and now kicking ass with Mark Spears. I'm watching Elvira with fucking Harley Quinn kicking ass. I'm watching everybody kicking ass except Marvel. That to me is pretty concerning. Simple as that.
Amen.
There you go. Well, guys, that was the show. We ran 3 hours, man. That was crazy. It was good times. I appreciate everybody for hopping on. I know, Cliff, you were hopping on tonight because, of course, it's your birthday. So shout out to you.
Happy birthday, it's over now.
Thank you.
Happy belated birthday.
Oh, it's well over. I've been celebrating for 4 days. I'll be celebrating all damn month because I'm good.
But guys, before we go around the horn, I just want to remind everybody, man, we spoke a lot about the Discord tonight. I know that, you know, in the description of this video, you've got the Discord. We've hit 150 people already in like not even 2 weeks, man. And it's crazy to see how many people are in there. Like I said, multiple categories. You want to talk music? Brian, you want to talk Deftones, bro? I'm so ready to have that discussion with you. But yeah, man,
I'm ready.
Yeah, we've got music, we've got trading cards, we've got comics, we've got sports, we've got everything in there. And Brian, I know you also have a Discord as well. So shout out to you. Feel free, man. Guys, I encourage you to join Brian's as well. Brian, hit me with the link, bro. I would be happy to join that as well.
Hell yeah, bro. I'll drop it in the live chat. We're kind of rebuilding it. I give all you guys credit that run Discords because it is tough to run a Discord server when you're running everything else. It's a little much for me, so I'm jumping back in, toes at first into the Discord world, but I'll drop the link in the live chat.
Hell yeah, man. And of course, come back in the comment section, man. Drop it because, once upon a time, we had the Google chat. I remember that one. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's the last one I remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. And you're crushing it, of course, every week, man. When we've got Modern Comic Mayhem, you've got the industry show, you've got so much happening. I don't think I need to throw you your flowers. Everybody knows who Brian McClay is. So I appreciate you hopping on. Looking forward to the chat, of course, after the show. But let's go around the horn. Say goodnight to everybody. Cliff, it's your birthday, bro. Take us home.
Well, tomorrow I've got new keys and hot comics of the week with the council. Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's Top Trending Comics with Izzyverse NYC and myself at Izzyverse NYC on YouTube. It can't get any more entertaining than two of the whitest Puerto Ricans in New York you've ever seen arguing about what's going on.
He ain't wrong. He ain't wrong in saying that, though.
Wednesday nights, I've got the open live stream with the council. I've got Sheena joining me from Melanin and Manga on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. for Comics and Coffee, and Cody Collects Comics Sunday at 11 a.m. for Comics and Coffee. So I got, and that's just for the current week. I'm trying to fill this January tank for my birthday.
There you go, man. Shout out, Brian. I see the private chat. Thank you so much for that. Love for Comics. You didn't got to do that, man. I appreciate you. Steve, I will see you next Sunday, right? You're back?
I'm always here.
There you go, man. Steve is new to the hobby, man. He comes in with the most virgin fucking perspective ever, which I love. I love hearing.
Yeah, I love you.
Cliff, how could you?
How could I?
I just come here and say nonsense.
I feel bad because you get gangbanged with like fucking recommendations.
Jesus Christ, Lando! Not every single thing. Virgin, gangbang.
Okay, relax.
It's after midnight, isn't it?
And I really love his fresh perspective. That's it, Steve. I love your company and your fresh perspective on comics.
That's where we're at. Izzy, what do you got up and coming?
We got a show tomorrow, don't we, Lando?
I don't know. The Captain Morgan. Yeah, you're right.
It's already tomorrow. It's 12/17. Y'all got a show tonight.
Oh man, tonight I gotta go to bed then. Anyway, yeah, we got Cover Price going on tomorrow. That's happening 9 p.m. Eastern, even though they like to say 6 p.m. Pacific. That's Brian time over there. But you know what? We're East Coasters. We're the East Coast bunch here. So we got that. Just like Cliff said, Tuesday we're gonna be doing our top trending show, where Cliff and I are going to share the books that we're interested in tracking down this year. So those are our goal books. We're going to talk a little bit about that. Obviously, we do our trending books. We'll talk about whatever's in the market. We'll do our little market, what's in the headlines. So with the headlines, you just never know what's going to be. But chances are it's something that's going to piss off Cliff, and that makes me extremely happy.
That
and all the absolute
just
Batman.
Show me the absolute Batman sold for $900 for no reason. Number one, just show me that. That'll set me off. I'll be like, y'all need to stop spending this money. I'm like, if y'all want to spend this money, go to my OnlyFans. Spend the money.
Let's talk about CGC, PSA,
you have an OnlyFans?
And all the other fun stuff.
Oh my god. But guys, yes, tomorrow night 9 p.m. Eastern time we go live with Cover Price. Of course, we're going to bring you guys the top 10 books of the last week, so make sure to tune in for that. Those of you who stuck around all the way till the end, this is where I get to tell you a little information. Don't miss next Sunday. I've got some big guests coming in next week. We're going to be talking about something that is launching, which Brian and Izzy, Cliff, Steve, I'll tell you backstage. But yeah, there's a big announcement that's coming next week. So keep an eye out for that. And yeah, I can't say much more. So I'll see you guys next Sunday. If not, make sure to tune in tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll bring you guys the top 10 show over at Cover Price, man. Have yourselves a good night. 3 hours, 10 minutes. Too much Captain Morgan. I'm out, guys. Adios. Peace.